Okay, everyone all good to go?
Yeah.
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 I will say,
Yeah.
at the very least, even though the guy was late, he gave me a free pizza. So
Oh, sweet.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Grand Campaign Podcast.
Okay, so welcome to the session, guys.
Yay.
Last game, you guys ventured northward through the central forests of Willowdale with your new companion Finn. Eventually, finding the river, which you guys had seen on the map, and served as a guide towards the wharf. The forest smelled of cinnamon and was relatively safe for the most part, though there was no clear path directly within the forest itself. Though the journey was quiet, you arrived eventually at the mouth of the river and decided to spend the night near it with the calming sound of water nearby. The next day, you guys get a nice early start to the day, continuing on until you're eventually forced to cross the river. Before doing so, you hear noises nearby. Most notably, large thuds that you had heard in the previous days, and decided to investigate its source with some trepidation. Brotar eventually overhears a small group of humanoid creatures speaking a mix of Orcish and an unknown language. Staying close to the trees, a few of you proceed forward and spot a small troll encampment guarded by two massive hill giants, and you conclude that this must have been a disturbance that Finn had experienced as well, and what you guys had heard before. The trolls had brought a giant snake to the camp, and while the rest of the trolls had began harvesting it for food, Brotar approaches and attempts to negotiate for safe passage. However, even with the whole party's help, or most of the party's help, you guys failed to convince the troll leader to let you through, and a fight ensues, which, through solid teamwork, you dispatch the trolls first. Alistair incapacitates the dangerous giants, and the rest of you begin your onslaught. The giants come to their senses after the battle, after the fall of the shaman, and realize that they had been charmed by the troll, and you guys convinced them to help you, at least protect the forest in some way. And with the passage to Willowdale clear of any threat, you guys eventually arrive there safely. At the wharf, you split your duties, some negotiating for a boat to Ecclesia while others purchase supplies for the long journey. Eventually, you converge at the Queen Emerald, a large boat-turned tavern to share your findings in Willowdale Wharf, with both groups managing to secure a ship and a crew. The night is coming to an end. A small spat breaks out between the party, not mentioning any names, that stirs a bit of chaos with the patrons, causing the wharf's water baron to lose his temper, as well as lose his temper due to his sister's birthday being disrupted. You attempt to calm tensions for this discretion, but the water baron is inconsolable until his sister decides to intervene and decides to hear out what you guys, or at least bring to the table for the discussions. You find no common ground while negotiating, and the water baron demands that you retrieve a staff for him. Unfortunately, you learn that the staff's owner is Savos's father, Kodlak, and finding no other option, you agree to the terms, and the water baron offers entry to the Carissa, a cargo ship bound for Ecclesia. It is 13th of Tentrovan. What do you guys want to do?
So I'm going to go do that thing that I mentioned to you, but I'm leaving everyone else open to do whatever the fuck that they want to begin with.
Okay.
I think Alastair and I went to go find the passage on a boat, right, while everybody else went shopping.
Yeah,
and then we all met
converged.
up here and had that
I think I wanted to
Yeah,
go.
that.
I wanted to go check out that store or one of the stores and see if there was anything there I could use.
The gunpowder seemed to be very interesting to you.
I don't know it's there, but yeah.
Yeah, as a character, not
Yes,
player.
exactly.
B.
So if you guys want to go and do that, if anyone's going to go join,
Yeah.
it's up to you guys. You can leave it to the next day as well, but it's up to you.
I would probably be leading Savos by the scruff of his neck towards Brotar.
I mean, that can wait till tomorrow if you want to. I don't care.
Well, tomorrow morning we're leaving out, and I
That's
got
true.
shit I want to do tonight.
Okay.
No,
my-
there's no need to be angry at the boy. He was just goofing off.
He took 15,000 gold worth of stuff from a city. That's not harmless pranks.
7,500 that they would have never gotten if we didn't give it to them. This is fair pay for the work we did for them.
See, there you go. Perfectly reasonable explanation.
It should have been theirs to give us. They did not allow us that.
And I don't care. We did good, honest work, and I got paid.
You mean the honest work where we set up a whole organization to try to frighten the town to try to get that gold?
Don't read into the details. It's good, honest work. For the most part.
I say let the boy pay buy everyone around, and everything is okay, and we can forget about this whole thing.
What do you think, Brotar?
Well, I'm a little pissed that I had to give mine back and he got to keep his. But on the same hand, I guess we can use it. I mean, for the good of, society.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking I would give him two choices. Either A, basically you're going to be paying for everything for us until you pay off that 1,500 gold. For the good of the group, or for good causes. Or we're splitting the gold equally between the group, and we will use it as we need. Or we'll split it fairly between the group.
Savos, what do you say
I
to
take
that?
option 3.
I
I'm gonna miss the
suggest
step.
you only take either option 1 or 2. Make a wisdom saving throw, please. You fail. So
Option 1.
Okay, so you're gonna be. Alright. So Alistair pulls out a ledger and just writes down 15,000.
I don't have 15,000.
That's how much
What do you
took.
have?
I have closer to 1,000 because I spent some shit. Spent money.
You spent 15,000 gold?
No. I spent 500. Wait, hold on a second.
I know math is
Yeah,
hard, but I'm the one that usually has the problem.
You've got 1,500 platinum on you,
You moved a decimal point.
so you
yeah, I
do
did.
have 15k gold roughly,
Oh shit, it does show me how much gold I have.
and you
That's
didn't
cool.
speak up and return it. Yeah, you didn't speak up and return it when you guys were in Old Winds, so you are still in possession of this.
Now, I will be fair. You were part of the team that went to buy supplies. Grim, how much did he spend on supplies for the group?
I don't remember. I was a bit intoxicated when it happened. 10 gold? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not interested when it's not about me.
All right, Savos. I will give you a chance to respond.
2. That question about
You only
guns?
spent. No, I'm asking you. How much did you spend on supplies, if any?
Okay. I have to dig through my horrible memory.
Just, Alistair, just give an estimate.
I believe you spent about 300 gold worth on parchment,
Yeah.
and then you also spent you also bought ink, which I believe was just 10 gold pieces. I think total
Yeah.
you probably spent
Well,
about 300.
He was buying stuff so he could.
310.
You might have spent about
maybe.
Yeah, you might have spent around somewhere around there. We'll say 325 gold pieces.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna mark off 170 since this is still something for you as well.
But I mean, if he's buying stuff for to write down spells, I think that kind of counts as an expense for the group.
Half. I'd say since he was not expecting to pay for the group. I'm only
You gave
counting
me an
100.
option. You let me take some of this money. You gave me the option. So why are you getting bitchy about it now?
I gave you you chose to be our coin purse until you pay it off.
And you chose to let me take the money in the first place.
When?
We're talking about this in character, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I assume so.
making sure. Remember when we first cracked open the treasury, you said I could take all of it, take half of it, or take none, and I took half.
Yeah, and then the situation changed when we talked to Gravis. I'll admit I am not the saintiest of persons. I am able to be felled by greed just as easily, but I can at least know when I am wrong.
This isn't wrong, but whatever. Savos gives up and just, he gives up arguing.
Wait, what?
What?
Are we getting drunk?
Are we getting drunk?
I mean, not you. You're like 14, like the rest of the party.
I think he's older than Alistair, technically.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he's like a half elf.
That was
That's
just
like 8.
They only
thought
live to
so
be
as well.
about 250.
Yeah.
Again, so like 8.
I am legal
No.
in human laws, so it counts.
I am making a conscious decision right now. The child will not drink, so long as he's traveling with us. The rest of us, we're getting hammered. But
You're
the
not
child
my mom.
paying for the liquor. What?
If I have to pay, I'm getting wasted too. You're not my mom.
No, Alistair is your mom. Clearly.
So you guys are gonna have a drink. Is anyone else gonna join Gray in this whole thing?
I mean, am I
this
still
point, this
standing
is
at the
when
bar?
Alistair bucks off and does his tattoo idea.
Yeah, we left off saying you guys had planned to seek lodging, possibly on the Queen Emerald if it was available. So you guys are still there. You, Brotard, just pulled Savos and everybody from that whole mess with the Water Baron, and you guys can actually still see the Water Baron in the back, kind of yucking it up. Lots of food and everything is being served to him and his cohorts, as well as his sister, who has like a single small slice of cake just sitting in front of her.
I turn to Zindus and I say, I am really not looking to give that motherfucker whatever it is that he wants. He doesn't strike me as a good person.
Are you referring to the orc? The
Yeah.
water bear?
The
I'm
water
in agreement.
baron. Like, I have no problem taking some powerful, dangerous artifact out of a maniac's hands, but I'm not gonna deliver it to another maniac.
I am no
Anyone
man.
who wants anyone
I'm
who
no
wants
man's
power
dog.
so badly should not be allowed to have it.
Agreed. Furthermore, I am no man's dog.
I'm sorry about the whole mess. I had a drink before I came here. Things got a bit cloudy.
Well, I suppose I can understand. It can be tempting to take the edge off.
Yeah. Speaking about taking the edge off, how about another drink?
I prefer to keep my mental faculties in place.
Okay, I'll have two then. Bucky!
In fact, I believe there's something I should go and take care of as well, so if you will excuse me. Try not to.
You call the barkeep,
Yeah.
and a small, very thin woman shows up. She's got long white hair, but looks very young, regardless of her hair color. She comes up to you and says, "Yes, fine, sir."
But do I still look like Endio?
That's a disguise self that you casted, right?
Yeah.
Which
How
I
long
believe
does it last?
lasts for
Like an
about
hour.
An hour?
Yeah,
I'd
1 hour.
say, yeah, unless you dropped it, you've probably still got about like 10 minutes left on this.
Nah, fuck it. I say I still look like him.
Okay.
2 whiskeys. Then I drop like 5 gold on the counter.
She just rakes it up and says, "Right away, sir." And she darts off in a huff. Just kind of storms right out, getting on it. Is anyone else going to do anything while Gray is having a drink?
I'm heading out.
Heading out? Okay. Savos, Brotar,
I'm going
Alistair.
to go away from the bar as to avoid paying into Gray's alcohol addiction.
Okay. Alistair, Brotar?
I'm going to walk out and put my arm around Savos and say we need to go to the store.
And Alistair, are you going to stick around as well, or are you going to head with them?
Alistair went off to get his tattoos.
Oh, okay, right, got it. So, I'll say, just to make this a little easier, we'll get the store stuff out of the way first. So, Grim, you've got the girl returns immediately with 2 shots of whiskey, and you look around and all your buddies are gone. They just took off on you.
I think you stepped out, but I'll take that in chat.
Okay, yeah. So, the 2 of you head to the store, which one I think you guys are going to the Solidarity's Chest general goods store. There's also a
What were the two?
a
Is it like a general goods and...
yeah. So Solidarity's Chest is a general goods and fishing supply store, and the Crooked Noose has fine weapons and implements, but mostly gear taken from shipments.
I'll go to the gear and implements place, I think.
Okay. So you guys go through the town, which has gotten a little quiet going through the docks. You guys descend the Queen Emerald, make your way through, and eventually you do see the store with just the O's are just nooses. And you see the sign that says Crooked Noose. You guys step in, and immediately there is a tall, reptilian-looking creature that greets you with its tongue flickering a little bit as you walk in. That says, "Welcome to the Crooked Noose. Can I help you with something?"
Yeah, I was wondering if you happen to have anything kind of like this, and I'll pull out Dolphin and show it to him.
Looks at it and says, "Oh, my friend, that is unique. I do not have such things, but if you are referring to the weapon type, perhaps I could search for something. Is this what you seek?"
Yes.
"And you, my little friend," and he looks at you, Savos, and you can see he's got like almost dark blue complexion. His tongue, little pinkish tongue, flickers out once in a while. Wearing, despite the fact that he's the store owner, he is wearing somewhat tattered clothing. Looks at you and says, "Is there anything you need, my friend?"
I'm gonna look around his store and see if he has anything I can use to cast Find Familiar.
Okay. Like you're just gonna start browsing through whatever's there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at it and say, "I'm just looking for now," and then I'm gonna just look for now.
He
See
just
if I find
doesn't
anything
say anything. He just nods and moves to the back for a little bit. After a few moments, he does come back and he says, "Well, this is the best I can do, my friend." And he hands you a flintlock pistol. Rotar.
A flintlock pistol.
Yes.
How's it look?
It's just a very dark brown wood. It's got a little engraving on it. Looks very well made, actually very, very good condition. Like he'd spent some time cleaning it perhaps just to make a sale. It's got kind of gold ornate trim around it.
What does something like this go for these days?
As well, if I could let it go for perhaps 200 gold pieces.
I could make that deal. Davos, give him some money.
How much did he ask for?
200 gold.
I'm gonna flip him 20 platinum.
And he looks at it and says, "Platinum, eh? I see. That's very well, thank you." He just pockets it and hands you the flintlock pistol. So it's it'll just be a very basic flintlock pistol, 1d10 piercing damage.
Alright, I'll try to find something.
He also gives you a small vial, what looks kind of like you could fill it with gunpowder, perhaps. It's just about maybe 5 or 6 inches in height. And he also gives you a little rod that comes with it that you'll use to just push in any
like
ammunition that you have.
Rod.
Yeah.
So I take it it's like a one-shot thing.
Yeah, it'll be one shot. Yeah, per reload, but it does do quite a bit of damage. So.
And what was it? 1D what?
1d10. And Savo, so you're gonna look for something specific? Just anything regarding your Find Familiar spell?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the description for it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah.
10 GP of
charcoal,
Incense.
incense, or herbs. 14. You do look around and you see he's got lots of herbs actually around, despite the fact that it's mostly weapons that are on display at the store. There are also other things that are kind of look almost like decor, though it's odd because sometimes there's the decor looking things are beside actual items that should be on sale. But he does have herbs that are just sitting in pots around the whole place.
Okay.
Rather, it's in bowls, rather, actually.
I'm just going to ask him if he has any of the stuff that I have that I need, or will I be able to recognize which herbs I need?
I'll say if you want, you can ask, but he does have quite a multitude of just bowls of random plant. Looks like herbs.
Okay, well, I'm reading the description, and it just says herbs that must be consumed in a fire, so I'm assuming it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. It would just be, you just need a lot of it.
Okay, then I'm gonna buy, is it 10 gold pieces of charcoal, and then 10 gold pieces of incense? Or is it 10 gold pieces
I think
of everything?
total
10 altogether.
Yeah, total it'll be
altogether?
10 gold. Yeah, so a combination of all those things would be okay, or a single source.
Okay, then I will buy everything, and
Okay.
for the herbs, I guess, does he have lavender?
Make a nature check, just
Nature.
for my own curiosity.
Fuck!
5. He does not have any lavender, and on the premises, they're mostly dried up, what look almost like oregano. They're just like very small.
Some dried kiwi.
Yeah,
Seaweed. Bleh, not
seaweed.
kiwi.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing that gives off any sort of nice smell or anything like that. No flowers, just mostly dried leafy herb. It's not a weed shop, guys, but
I'll grab,
you know.
I'll grab some oregano.
Okay.
You have prestidigitation. What do you need spices for?
I don't know. I like the smell of lavender. So does
Okay.
Savos.
Fair enough.
So if you're gonna do that, you can buy the 10 gold worth of that specific thing, or you can mix it up and look for incense and charcoal. It's up to you.
No, 10 gold pieces worth of everything. So like in total, 10 gold of everything.
Okay.
Hmm.
You do ask him, and he does seem to have charcoal and incense as well. In fact, the whole place kind of just smells like incense. So I'll say just go ahead and mark that you have 10 gold worth of, about 3 gold worth of each, we'll say, just to
Okay.
keep it even.
And
3.5
I'm gonna
or so. Yeah.
ask if he has any spell scrolls or magic items.
He looks at you and he says, "My friend, I'm glad you asked. I have something of very, very good interest for someone like you. Hold on." And he just takes off in the back. And after rummaging for about 5 minutes or so, he comes back and he's got a chest. It's a pure black, very, very dark black wooden chest. It's got a single red clasp in the front of it. So where the lock would be, looks just very red metal. And he says, "If this is of interest to you, I could let it go for perhaps 800 gold, but you are not able to see inside. But I guarantee you will like it."
I'm gonna slap down 100 gold and take the chest immediately.
So you're going to put the full amount? It's 800.
800 gold. Okay, so that would be 80 platinum.
Flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna slap down 85
You
platinum
better.
and take the chest.
Okay. So he goes,
Well,
"Thank you, my friend. I've been trying to get rid of that thing for ages, but You see, we don't have many people your kind just stumbling around here like that, but it was found in one of the shipments very recently, actually, so hope you enjoy.
You just got loot boxed.
If it is a loot box, then I am. If it is like empty, then I'm gonna steal my money back. I'll figure something out. I'm gonna go outside and open up the chest.
Okay. So immediately you open up the chest. And for a moment, nothing really happens. Seems just like a regular chest. But you do start feeling a little weird. Just a little bit weird opening it. Something very odd about opening this chest. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
God damn it.
Sideways. 18.
18. So you feel a little strange, like perhaps something about this chest feels off. It just looks off. It doesn't seem natural. But you do open it, and inside you do see a multitude of scrolls. There are about 6 scrolls inside of it. All different. They're all sealed differently. Each one has a different colored seal on it. But they're nicely and neatly displayed out, and the inside almost has like a red fabric lined interior, and each scroll sits on like a dip inside, so it's almost molded like it's got 6 dips for 6 scrolls.
Can I quickly cast Identify? If I cast Identify, can I get like all 6 scrolls in one go, or do I have to do them individually?
I believe you could take Ritual Cast it and do that.
It would take.
I think it is. It would be one at a time. But I'd say through the night, if you want to stay up for another hour or something, you'd probably be able to do it.
Yeah, then I'll just stay up and Ritual Cast it.
Yeah, it'll take you 66 minutes technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, 66.
Yeah. So, okay. So we'll get to that before you get your night's rest. Brotar, is there anything else you wanted from this place, or you're good?
You don't happen to have any gunpowder, do you?
He goes, I do, in fact. And he just scoots out back, and he brings back one single barrel. It's about, again, the same as the other guy saw in the other store, which you wouldn't know about, but small barrel size. Maybe about a foot high or so.
Powder keg.
Yeah. What do you want for this?
He goes, since your friend over here was so eager, I'll give this one to you for 200 gold pieces.
I'm gonna slap down another 20 plat.
You're learning, son. I didn't have to tell you.
And he goes, very well, since you guys have been the best customers I've had in, well, possibly ever. Not very many people trust me in this place. Let me throw in something for you. And he gets a few small cases that he hands to you, Brotar, specifically. And he says, these are, I've been told, I haven't had a chance to test it since I'm not a fan of those things. These are possibly very dangerous, but consider it a gift.
Do I get any sense that they're like magical?
Do you have a way to detect magic? You have to detect magic?
Identifying, like, in the DMG, if you touch something, you can tell if it's magical.
Yeah, like, are you gonna identify?
Yeah, I'll just
the
quick
boxes?
cast Identify on it right now.
Okay, so you're gonna burn a spell slot?
Yeah, burn a spell slot.
Okay.
And
The case the cases, he handed 2 cases to Brotar. They are not magical.
Neither of them or anything in them?
Neither of them and nothing in them.
Alright, so does that take up 2 spell slots or 1?
I'll say just for the sake of this, just use 2, since I think you guys are going to get some rest at some point anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he says, well, if there's anything else, it's getting late. I'm about to close, actually.
This was just the gun, or not gun, but weapon and armor shop, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any hats?
And he goes, oh, I do, but it's my hat. If you're looking for one for yourself, you might want to check the Solidarity's chest. Rikus usually has quite an extensive collection of hats.
All right. Good day, sir.
Thanks again, gentlemen. And he just
And
pulls a cloak over his chest. I'll shoot you guys out.
Day.
I said good day.
yeah.
Yeah, is there anything else,
Rotar is
Savos?
mad.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if he had a small bronze what the fuck for me to cast.
Well, you've
my
already
find
casted
familiar
it
spell.
once, so we would assume you have that already.
No, I borrowed one from. Remember, I don't have it on me. I borrowed one from the halflings we saved in the first session.
Did you give that
The
back?
second session. Oh, we're really gonna play this game. I never took it in the first place.
So yeah, what were you gonna ask him? If he has
Small brass blazer thing, whatever the fuck.
a brass brazier?
Yeah, small
Yeah, because
brass.
that's what you have to burn it in.
brazier.
And by firing a brass
He's
brazier.
got, you could see like behind him, he's got one small, really tiny one, almost the size of like an ashtray or something. But it's currently burning some incense inside of it.
Damn.
So he says, well, it's for my establishment, I hope you understand. I couldn't give
I'm
it up.
going to pop down 10 platinum, and is this enough?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
7 and
7?
persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck? It's not rolling in there.
It's okay. Just give it a sec.
Persuasion. Roll in the game. 7-4.
There.
He says, I'm sorry, my friend. This has been with the family for a long time. I couldn't possibly part with it.
That's fair, but is this enough to just let me borrow it for an hour to cast my spell, and I'll give it right back?
I'm sorry. I must pray. I couldn't give it.
That's okay. And then I'm just gonna walk out of the store.
Okay.
With my money, too.
Yeah, of course. So, Alistair, you're off. You ask around the town, and a few people. Every person responds a little bit differently. However, the general consensus that you gather, at least from everyone's intel, is that there is a woman named Yuti who just kind of lives near the dockside. She just has a small hut near the dockside. She would be kind of the person to go to if you wanted to get some ink done. And everyone just kind of points you to the western docks.
So Alicia would just head that way, still chafed at what Savos has done.
Okay. So you eventually come upon a small hut. There's a little bit of smoke billowing at the top of it. It's very small. It's probably no more than 10 feet at most in diameter. And as you approach it, before you can even say anything, the front cloth just kind of swings open. And she says, "It's late, you know."
Yes, and I'm sorry, but I was told that you would be able to do tattoos, and I was looking to get a few, if you wouldn't mind.
And without even like really saying anything, you were kind of caught off guard by the fact that she seemed to not want any guests, but she got really eager immediately as soon as you said that and started kind of just spinning your body around and kind of just patting your shoulders and pulling on your arm, just kind of spinning you, almost making you dizzy as she's kind of looking. And she says, "You're a little thin, but I've seen thinner. What is it that you're looking for?"
And he'll explain what I told you last week.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So she spends a few minutes just kind of thinking about it, and she says, "Very well, come inside." And you go in, and it's a very minimalist hut. There is like nothing in there. There's just a bedroll and a stool, and that is it. Even a small campfire is actually just kind of not really campfire, just a very small amount of low burning coal inside. However, you do see that she's got a small satchel, and each time she reaches in, she just pulls out different types of inks. And she tells you that it'll be 300 gold pieces to do the whole thing.
And Alistair will give it to her, no problem.
Okay. So she begins to tattoo you for the next couple of hours, leading a little late into the night, but not so late that you're going to suffer any sort of exhaustion.
Do I make
She
a
starts
save?
with the simplest one, the ones on the back. So she goes on the base of your neck and begins to tattoo a silver hammer with a cross with a rainbow feather. She goes to the left of your neck, and she begins to tattoo the silver lion. And eventually, she tattoos the raised fist with 3 snake heads looming over the center of it. At this point, she's been jabbing at your neck area for like a long time. So I'll need you to make a con save at this point.
Come on, don't fail me now. 17.
17. You're feeling the blood. You don't know if you're not losing blood, but you're feeling a little faint from this whole experience. It's just she's jabbing at your neck. It's a very constant, low pain. It's painful, but it's a very constant pain. It's not so much the spikes in pain as it is constant. She then continues on, where she starts tattooing the bear paw wrapped in chains on your shoulder. Going to the other shoulder, she carves out a scimitar with blood dripping from the blade. Make another con save.
I will not pass out. 18.
18. So she continues on, and she turns to you and says, "For such a thin man, I'm impressed.
I'm pretty hardy when it comes to this kind of stuff."
This is a lot of ink." And you can see now that like she's just been dipping into all sorts of colors all around her, almost creating like a half circle around her. Eventually, she begins to tattoo the menagerie symbol around your heart area, which
On his left pecs.
is probably the most uncomfortable one of all of them. Make a last con save.
I will not fail. Oh. Ah! I accidentally clicked the thing.
It's okay.
15.
15. You're feeling very tired at this point. Something about this process is exhausting you, but she eventually kind of picks at you one last time and pulls out a small pocket mirror. It's hard to see everything at this point because it's such a small mirror, but you feel a sense of elation seeing your blue skin covered with this ink. She's done a good job of just contrasting the different colors with your skin color so that it's very, very visible. She says, well, I am tired, my friend.
Yeah. I understand. Thank you for taking me in at the end of the day. Please
And
be
before
well.
before she lets you go, she stands you up with your body covered in tattoo, and she holds her hand out, almost two hands over your face. She doesn't touch your face, but she just holds it over your face. And you almost feel like a sense of energy coming from her as she just begins to mutter, almost a droning, singing sound. Until eventually she slaps the two tattoos that are on your shoulders very hard, very painfully, and she says, okay, you're good.
All right. Thank you. And I'll walk out, trying not to be rude.
Okay.
Just thinking, what the fuck was that about? I think he's just
so
thinking
as
that
you-
to himself.
Yeah.
He'll put on his shirt.
Eventually, are you going to head to, I guess everyone so far except Zundis is going to head to Queen Emerald?
Wherever we're staying.
I don't know
Yes.
if we have a place to stay yet.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have a place to stay yet.
Yeah, my sending stone doesn't have any charges spent.
Yeah, I
I
think-
don't think.
Yeah, I think it was blown. I forgot who you contacted, but
Yeah, so I guess I don't know where anyone is, so I'm just gonna roll a d6 and
Yep.
go down the list. 1, Brotar. So he'll message Brotar and saying, "Do we have a place that we're staying here, or where do you want to meet up?"
I guess back at the bar or the Emerald.
All right. He'll be on his way.
I have Savos with me.
Yeah.
I can still send that.
I think you still have enough room. I don't know the time that you have between when you say.
so the rest of everyone's basically going to meet up at the Queen Emerald at this point, right?
That's where Alistair is going.
Is
Me, obviously.
is Gray around? Is Fabi back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been here the whole
Okay.
time.
So I need you to make a Constitution save for me, please.
Me?
Excuse me. Yes.
Yeah, you're getting mad drunk.
Okay, don't fuck. Oh,
10?
shit.
So you guys walk
Moderate.
into the bar, and there's just lots of noise. There's people yelling, making all sorts of a ruckus, and there's a crowd gathered, and you guys aren't quite sure what this whole thing is about. But eventually, you guys kind of push through and look around. Brotar, you're taller, so you peer your head over, and you see Grim just sitting there punching somebody. He's on top of somebody, another half orc, similar to you, similar build and look to you, shirtless, and he is just laying into this guy as everyone is just cheering and going crazy in the whole place.
Don't you fucking touch me!
And everyone's going, yeah. Gray, you turn around and you see your friends and lock eyes with them.
Like mid-punch.
Yeah, mid-punch, you just kind of decide to stop and you look.
What
see
is
Alistair
going
stop.
on, fellas?
And as
Then I
soon as
punch
you
him
say,
again.
As soon as you say, "What's going on, fellas?" and you punch him, you just give a big kind of silly smile and pass out. You just fall right beside him, passed out.
I'm gonna be scanning the crowd. Was this just an average brawl, or was this like a school fight?
Make an insight check.
Insight 7.
The best you gather, I mean, the circumstances are very strange, but it looks just like Gray got wasted. Possibly someone picked a fight with him, or he picked a fight with someone, and this is where you guys are. So, but he's just on the ground snoozing, passed out at this point.
Wait. Who did Gray get in a bar fight with?
Just a random.
Okay.
Mr. Rando. Alistair will pick him up, like try to slump him over his shoulder, get him up, and say, "Hey, buddy, come on. We need to go to sleep." And Alistair is internally screaming in pain because right where he slumped, Gray's arm is right
rubbing
on
your
the tattoos.
Yeah.
I'll go help out Alastair.
You
Carry
look
him.
pretty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get you some sleep. He just pats your face.
Who was it that was supposed to be watching the drunk?
I'm gonna slowly back away. Even though I know it's not me, I'm gonna slowly back away.
Make a stealth check.
Oh yeah, I have a -1 to that. This can go well.
Ooh, it's not
15.
bad.
Am I conscious as I leave the bar?
You're like half conscious at this point. Like you've
Am I
got no
conscious
faculties
enough to cast a spell?
I'll say make an intelligence check at disadvantage.
I will make you fail this hard.
Ooh,
Oh
shit.
my gosh.
You're a smart drunk.
Disadvantage.
17.
Yeah,
18.
something about just you're wasted, but when a
Drunken
thought
spellmaster.
well, yeah, when this like when people get drunk, sometimes they just find their way home and they manage to unlock their door and get to their bed. This is almost like just by sheer habit you're able to cast a spell. What are you going to try to cast?
As soon as I'm leaving the bar, I cast darkness right in the middle of the room.
Okay. What is the what's the components for it? Is it verbal?
Bet for a drop of pitch or a piece of coal.
It's verbal and material, so
there is a material component?
Yeah.
He can use an arcane focus if he needs, which does he
I
have
have
his
my
weapon on him?
sword.
You have your sword.
As you're dragging me out, you see me casting the balancing scar, and then I say something to it, and the bar goes dark.
Yeah. So everyone just kind of gasps for a moment. At this point, you guys don't see the water bear in there anymore. He's actually gone. However, in that moment,
for 5 minutes.
What? I didn't.
in that moment, Luann comes up to you, Brotar. You don't even see anything. You just feel a tap on your shoulder, and she comes up to you and says, "Well, I sure hope you're going to babysit your friend this time."
Yes, I'm sorry. He's new to us, so I don't think any of us were quite prepared for this.
Well, it does remind me of the old days, so
Yeah,
can't say it's all bad.
How long is Grim able to keep concentration on the spell?
Well, Grim's not here.
Or Gray. Fuck.
I believe the concentration is
This is 10 minutes. I think.
up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Just being sloshed and drunk, is he able to stay up. Able to
Yep,
keep it up.
I'll say you have it up for, you managed to get the darkness spell casted, and it's kind of just nets the area. Make a save for me. Actually, yeah.
Like a con save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to see how.
Get the nat 20. Oh, he did.
Oh, sorry, at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
But
So,
yeah,
it's
just
gonna
because
be
you're
there
still
in
drunk.
10 minutes.
Just because you're still drunk, so it is at disadvantage still.
Aw.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Can't open. I'm
So
all for chaos. There's Alistair.
you're seeing this thing flicker a little bit, and Gray is really, you could see his face is almost like scrunching as he's just like grinding his teeth, like trying really hard to concentrate. It almost looks very silly to you guys, but the spell just eventually flickers, and he just goes full slump on you guys. You and Brotar are just carrying his full weight now.
Oh, come on, man. We'll get Savos to clean you up in the morning.
And Luan says,
Not my problem.
You're the one with prestidigitation.
"Yeah, it's true."
Not my problem.
I'll take 1,000 gold off your debt.
It is suddenly my problem.
So Luan goes up to you, Brotar, and says, "Well, there's a few quarters below deck. For you to have them, it's not much, but it'll fit you and your crew."
All right, we'll take it.
It's on the house. And she just snaps her finger, and one of the half-orcs who's been protecting the door, who's actually got a wooden leg, kind of just slowly skips his way over to you guys and leads you guys down below deck, where there is a fairly okay sized room. It's probably about 15 feet. It's a longer room. Take it to be some sort of cargo hold in there. And it's not quite so private, as there's just ropes for what would be walls, but there are bedding there just laid out for you. Zundus, you
Yes.
are wandering to town.
yes.
What are you going to do?
I am specifically looking for some sort of shrine
Shrine, okay.
or, place of worship.
Make
Yeah,
a,
exactly.
make a perception check.
Are you pulling a jester right now?
I do not know.
Yeah, make a perception.
We'll see.
11.
So you ask around and you look around, and there doesn't seem to be much of a shrine in the sense of a grand shrine. However, you do see, though you don't know where Alistair went, you do see a hut with a little bit of smoke billowing out of it. Except this time there's a woman standing outside of it. Same old woman who was in this hut is outside, and she has created some sort of small effigy of some sort that's just on the docks itself, like on the boardwalk almost. A little bit of sand are on the planks, and it almost looks like where the boardwalk would meet the kind of beach area of these docks, the ground, if you will. She's just built a little sort of effigy there.
She actively worshiping at it, or
She's just staring at it, and it's actually just kind of like looking out in the ocean as it sits about maybe 3 feet in front of her or so.
I'm not going to bother her specifically, but I suppose I will go over towards the shore and sit down myself, but
Okay.
Not terribly close to her because I want to be alone.
Okay.
Zundus kind of takes his mask off, sets the scimitar handle in front of him, and sort of looks up at the sky.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's listening. Who I am and what I have done is known to you, I'm sure. If those who worship God say is true about your kind being omnipotent. I will not waste your time or bore you with details if you are in fact listening at all. I was not a good man. I did many horrible things in the name of Lolth, because it was what I was raised to do. I was a dog. It was my only purpose in life. War is all I have never known, and now I once again must walk that path for a second time. He kind of takes hold of the scimitar, sort of looking at it. I make this solemn oath so that all who are listening may hear my voice and hear my words. There will never be another Dirkdale, not while I still breathe. For your kind stood silent while I cut down countless victims in the name of my terrible goddess. I intend to act. Blood demands blood. I will not rest until I have stamped out the very memory of Kylos Corporation. So if you truly care for the people of this world, then lend aid to my mission. Or if you are as apathetic as I presume you are lot to be, then stay out of my way.
Make a roll percentage dice for me.
Okay.
Natural what? Natural what?
52.
Roll one on a
52?
percentage die.
52.
Roll a
It'll
one.
be a 0-1. Yeah.
0-1.
So you don't, there's a moment where you're a little tense because you're anticipating that some sort of answer will come to you, but just like nature itself, the waves just keep rolling towards you. You look up at the sky and the dark sky, and the stars are just out in full force. There's a very clear view of it out here. And you're a little disappointed that no
not
sign comes
surprised.
to you. But the woman who had been nearby sits beside you.
I immediately put my hood back up.
She goes, now, friend. No reason to be afraid. She pulls her sleeve down from her arm, and you see the same web-like symbol that you've seen your whole life.
I put my hand on my sword and back away.
And as you do, she says, you seek redemption, yes?
Who are you?
Just like you, I was someone who lost my way. And then found it.
Why do you bear that mark?
Once in my life, I did serve the Queen. I did get tangled up in her lies. The mother of lusts is unforgiving. And when she punishes, well, let's just say you want to avoid that end.
I know that all too well.
But you see, there are many who despise the Weaver. She sets a small symbol in front of you.
I sit
It
down
is-
and look at it.
It's a piece of wood, and it looks like it's carved into a sword, but it's got a little bit of like flames kind of inked onto it. She just embeds it in the sand, in the dirt in front of you.
What is this?
She says, "My salvation came from the Red Knight himself.
I'm not familiar with the Red Knight.
Well, he does not make himself known to everyone, but from what I've heard and what you said, you were a combatant once, yes?
I was a slayer, a murderer.
Were you honorable in battle?
I'm a drow. There's no honor in the way that we wage war.
Well, perhaps times change?
I don't serve the Spider Queen anymore, if that's what you mean.
It grows late, my friend. The morning is in you, tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after. Perhaps the Red Knight will find you once, or perhaps he may never come. That will be up to you. And immediately before you can even say a word, she just gets up, holds up her hands to the sea, and immediately goes back into her tent.
I'll take up the effigy, study it over, and then put it back in my cloak.
Okay. And you're going to head back to the
Yeah.
Queen Emerald? Okay.
Yeah,
So you go to the Queen Emerald and you ask around a little bit, and Luann points you down below the decks, where eventually you do see your friends, and you do see Gray passed out. Great. Just for fun, because you mentioned it, roll con save.
I think he's still going. Oh, there is.
Natural what?
Come on. Oh,
Straight, not disadvantage, just straight.
yeah, I know. D&D Beyond is acting up.
It's okay.
Okay.
If it showed up on your screen, you can just say it. Yeah, I trust you
try
guys.
it
You guys can
again.
just say your rolls to me. I don't mind.
If it doesn't work, I'm just.
7. Zundus, you
Can I do something just to make it even funnier? Can
okay?
I
Sure.
cutting words?
Okay, sure.
Just say
What are you gonna say?
What's that?
You shit stain.
And as Alistair mentions this, you do kind of smell like it's fecal down there. So it smells a little bit like a toilet.
A total of a 2.
Wait,
Anyway.
what happened?
You descend the stairs, and you see your friends. You see Gray pass it on the floor, and it does smell a little poopy in there.
Oh, what the devil have you been doing while I've been gone?
He got drunk before any of us got back. Apparently, Savas didn't stay with him to make sure he didn't go overboard.
It might be my fault.
I'll get him
I brought
cleaned up in the
Savos with me.
morning.
We have to sleep in this filth.
Did we get multiple rooms, or we have to share one?
You have to share one.
Oh, fuck.
And it's not even a room. It's just like lined with rope at this point. Like it's like kind of netted rope.
Can we? How big is this room? Roughly?
It's probably about, the width is probably about 7 or 8 feet, but it's long. It's a long room, so probably about 15 feet long.
Okay. I will push Gray's bed all the way the fuck to one end, and then I will make the bubble on the other.
Okay. Okay. Is anyone going to aid him in this effort, or are you just going to let Alistair pull?
I am not
Gray
touching
off?
him.
I'll help.
Brotar,
No, like,
Savos?
I'm moving his bed.
You can do
Like,
this.
I'm-
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I'm still
You
not
get
done.
that.
Yeah, so it takes you a little while, but you just kind of drag him. You guys are all just watching as you're kind of getting ready to bed for the night. Alistair's just pulling Gray with his bed on top of
Gray
his
is
little
gonna-
bedding, being pulled off to the other side of the room.
Savos, you're fixing this in the morning. You have a spell that can do it without touching him.
Maybe.
I'll knock off 1,000 off your debt because I do not want
Deal.
to mess with that.
Just hang that over his head whole game.
I will. Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, he's already knocked off over 2,500 in one night.
Yeah, it's true. So everybody's gonna bed down for the evening. Anything else you guys want to do last minute for getting some rest?
I'm not going to role play it out, but Zundis is just going to say a small prayer to the Red Knight.
Okay. Anyone else gonna do anything?
Yeah, ritual cast identify 6 times on those scrolls.
Okay, got it. So I'll send that to you in a second. Brotar, Alistair, Gray, nothing?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Gray is out cold.
Oh yeah, Gray's up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys all take your much needed rest. It's been a very, very long day, and you guys eventually all meet up the next morning. Heading upstairs, you smell something very, very nice, actually, as you guys are ascending the stairs.
Gray.
It doesn't smell like Gray. It's kind of somewhat dried out a little bit. But yeah, it has improved a little bit. And it smells more like food has been cooked.
I guess we get
Well,
something before we head on.
I could eat.
Savos, do the thing.
Shocker
Do
that
what
the
thing?
hungover guy wants to eat.
I'm going to do the thing.
So yeah, prestidigitation on your pants.
Oh,
Oh, I'm going to spam
That-
cast prestidigitation all over him. Just to be
Fair
safe.
enough.
okay. Who's shit in my pants?
You did, brother.
I believe
This
that
is
was
not
you
cool,
think.
you guys. I don't know. Probably Savos. That's the kind of thing the kid would do.
You sure
Well-
about that one?
He's technically partially responsible for it, letting you get wasted off your ass. He also got into a bar fight that we had to pick you up off the floor from.
Did I win the fight at least?
Yes. You fell asleep after winning.
Okay, that sounds like me.
And after we got you to bed, then you shit your pants.
That I do not believe.
I mean, when you woke up, you noticed us in the bubble, right? While you were like 10 feet away?
I mean, the way I see it, Savos put the turd in my pants, and then you guys decided that you were gonna side with him and sleep in the bubble and let me outside alone, unprotected, and that's
I
just
was-
not cool.
Who got? Did me, Brotar, and Savos get there at roughly the same time from our stuff?
Well, Savos
Yeah.
and I were together, so we at least showed up together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would have been a little bit later because you had gotten your tattoos, but Zundis spent a lot of his
Okay.
time just kind of wandering, looking
Yeah.
for a place to be. So
Can I insight Gray to see if he's just trying to save face?
yeah, I'll say, yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Do I
17.
roll for deception? Do I roll for deception?
Yeah, if you want,
Are
you can
you-
test it.
Do you
Unless you're
believe
telling
you
the
actually
truth.
shit your pants, or are you trying to bullshit me?
You don't know.
Oh,
We fucking died.
okay.
Roll again.
Yeah, roll off, guys.
Fuck. You ought to win this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I know what happened. I just think you were so drunk you don't realize. So
Yeah,
Alistair's just
yeah.
gonna say, it doesn't matter. It's taken care of. We're getting on the ship after we eat.
Okay. Sounds good. I need something greasy. Bacon. Probably.
so you
Hey.
guys all head. Yep. go ahead.
Would I have time to run to that other store before we leave?
Yeah, you'll probably have a bit more time. Yeah, like if you want to go ahead and go do that. What were you looking for
I was
specifically?
looking for a cowboy hat and
Cowboy
some,
hat,
and some
got it.
cigars.
So before anyone has even a chance, you just kind of head over immediately to Solidarity's chest. You see a brown-haired man wearing very, very simple, plain beige tunic, just kind of opening up the store a little bit. And he looks over at you and says, "Oh, bright and early."
Yeah, I was just wondering if what your guys' hat selection looked like here.
Oh, are you a hat lover like me?
Well, I might be if I found the right one.
Oh, I've got some hats for you, my friend. And he kind of leads you inside, and you walk in and you see the usual trinkets that a general store would have. You see mostly fishing implements. And he says, "I don't normally just let anyone come in here, but I got a feeling about you." And he pulls a little hatch from the ground, slides over a little rug. It's a little bit of a tight fit for you, but eventually you do manage to kind of just contort your way through this little hatch, and it's a little low for you, so you do have to crouch down a little bit. Eventually, though, you pop out of a room, and it is a circular room, and it is just filled with nicely displayed hats. It's a little odd that it has to be hidden this way, but there it is.
He sells crack in these hats.
I do appreciate the selection of hats you have here, but it seems rather weird that it's kind of hidden like this. Is there something special about these you don't want people to know about?
Well, you see, we get all sorts of rough and tumble types, and well, being a port city, we just get a lot of traffic. We get a lot of odd shipments. I just worry a lot about my hats. This actually used to be a wine cellar, but I'm not much of a drinker myself, so here we are.
All right, is there like what I'm looking for here, just like a normal old cowboy hat?
Yeah, he's got all sorts of hats. He's got fezzes, he's got cowboy hats, he's got black cowboy hats with like diamond studs on the kind of a band. He's got brown cowboy hats. Some look weathered, but there's hats that are just stacked that are more weathered, and then the ones on display are like very, very nicely crafted.
I mean, I'm just looking for a simple, like brown, cowboy hat. Nothing special.
And he kind of looks at you and he says, "You kind of had a feller come in here a little while ago that kind of seemed a little bit like you, but he did bring me a few things. Hold on." And he actually starts rummaging around, and he finds one that just matches exactly the color of your coat. the color of your armor.
Yeah, this'll do. What you want for this?
He says, well, it's not really that special, so you could just take it. It's yours. Kind of too big for me anyways.
Well, that's awfully nice. You said you had some fezzes too?
I got a few over here, and he starts kind of just like they're in kind of a stack, like cups. So he's got like 4 different colors.
I'll take that red one with the gold tassel on it. What do you want for that?
It's like, just give me 5 silver pieces will do.
All right. One other thing. You said this used to be a wine cellar. You don't happen to have any wine left in here, do you?
No, unfortunately, I sold all those and made myself a nice little profit. Bought myself a ship.
You bought a ship, huh?
It's small, just enough for me to go do a little fishing.
Oh, that's nice. I used to work on a ship myself. What's the name of your boat?
Well, and that's the thing. I'm a great fisherman. I'm not much of a thinker myself. You got any suggestions for names? I usually come up with really horrible ones. Told my friend once I wanted to name it Fried Egg, and he said that was stupid.
That's Ryan and Brotar laughing at this guy. I must agree with your friend. That is pretty stupid.
Oh, well, I'm drawing a blank. I'm not very good at coming up with names.
Next boat we get, I will make sure we name it the Fried Egg.
That's good. Well, you know what? I used to crew on a fantastic little ship there that I loved, and I loved my captain and everything about it. It was called the Serenity. Maybe you should think about that. I always liked that name. And that ship's not called that anymore, so I think it's free.
Well, that's a great suggestion, my friend. And he kind of looks around a little bit. And he says, that's a good name. Here. And he pulls a small hat. It's a very small brimmed hat. It's not very wide. It's almost like a bowler hat. It's got a green band around it, but it's all black. And he says, for when you go off with perhaps into a party, or you find yourself with having a little frisky night of adventure, if you know what I mean. And he just hands you a very nicely made hat.
Man, I don't know what to tell you here. This is your generosity is overwhelming.
Yeah, well, you ever need some fishing supplies or any of that stuff, general goods, you just come back here, put in a good word. Solidarity's chest.
Solidarity's chest. That's it. I'll never forget you.
Well, friend, the name's Rickus.
Well, I'm Brotard. It's damn nice to meet you, son.
Nice to meet you too.
So what, that whole thing cost me
guys...
5 silver? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gave you a black bowler hat with green trim.
You aren't there with him.
Yeah, it was just me.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And he gave you the regular brown tan cowboy hat, and he gave you the red fez with the gold tassel.
All right, I'm gonna head back to wherever everybody is.
Okay. So you come back, and Luann has prepared a feast for everybody. It is seemingly extremely delicious. It's just all types of food. There's fruits. It's a little heavy for the morning, but she just lays it out on the table and says, well, the crew's already getting started. You might as well, Brotar.
Hey, gentlemen, before we leave, I have something I need to show everyone, and I'll pull out the fez. And I'm going to say, from here on forward, whenever anyone shits themselves, they have to wear this hat. I'll put it on Gray's head.
I am down for this.
I think it
Wait,
looks
what?
good on me.
You got to wear it for the whole day, and then we can move on. But anytime,
We have the shit yourself fez,
yes.
is what you missed.
Oh, that's
I
going to be
still don't think I did it.
a great entry in your D&D Beyond equipment list.
The shit yourself fest.
The shit yourself fez. There you go.
You said there's all types of fare, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of food.
I
Just
am
brought it.
primarily eating fruit.
Okay. So you guys all begin to down whatever food. You guys are set to do anything else after eating? Or you guys want to proceed
No, I'm good.
to the open ocean?
What food is Savos
Month and
eating?
a half.
The most of it is somewhat breakfast-like foods. There are some steak, there are some
No,
eggs.
sorry, I was asking
But
specifically.
I don't, yeah, so whatever Savos eats, it'll be like, regular breakfast food. Savos that you choose from, just like waffles and...
Alright, I'm just gonna pile on waffles, bacon, eggs, and steak.
Yeah, so he's just got a mound of a plate stacked with food.
Alistair
know,
gonna eat nothing but waffles.
Zundus is going to kind of lean over and say, young one, if you want to live for a long time, you should probably lay off the bacon.
I like
sorry,
how
what?
this is just a... I like how this is just a running gag throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
Savos needs to diet.
Out of character, I'm doing this
So good.
unintentionally as a joke.
Yeah.
Like, he's legit just messing with them.
Yeah. As you say this to Savos, he's just like scooping bacon into his mouth. He's almost poured like, ladlefuls of honey all over this bacon and waffles combo, and he's just scarfing it down. Anyone else gonna do anything in the morning before heading out?
Nope.
You guys will be at sea for at least a month. Just keep that in mind. So
Yeah. Like 6 weeks or something.
Last minute.
Like that.
Can you send me the description of the spell scrolls I bought?
Yep, I will. I guess we could take a break if no one's gonna do anything for now. Just gotta use the water.
I
So.
have something, but it'll be after. Go ahead.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So we'll take a 5-10 minute break or so.
Alright.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here and say we don't have any ads right now. So if you could just do us a favor and like and subscribe if you like us, and share this podcast with anybody you think might like it. Maybe in the future we'll have ads, but for right now, we just want to help grow this little show here. Don't forget to follow us at Campaign Grand on Twitter and catch us every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/The Grand Campaign. Back to the show.
Is everyone back already?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we can pick up where we left off. You guys are still out and about, still in Willowdale Wharf. The crew who is, you guys are still inside of the Queen Emerald. There are a few patrons, even early in the morning, but most of the breakfast has been eaten. You guys have a full belly. And a long, long journey ahead of you. So what do you guys want to do at this point? You have maybe a couple of hours or so before you need to depart.
I'm going to head off and try to find that hut again.
Food.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay.
While he's doing that, just let me know if you guys want to do anything else.
5.
You go to the same spot and there is no hut anymore.
What?
She's a ghost. I have ghost tattoos.
Wait, I'm going to check around where the hut might have been.
Okay.
Is there, no sign whatsoever that a building was there?
You go and take a closer look. Roll an investigation check as
Okay.
well, just because you're going to just try to find signs. If there was
That is a
anything.
10.
It seems like there was something there, but there is no longer anything there.
Am I able to determine how long it was since that was, or no?
You feel that it's definitely throughout the night it was gone. Maybe just a few hours before you guys got up. Maybe more than like 4 hours before you guys got up.
Ah,
The skies are very gray today, and there's a kind of harsh wind that's kind of pushing the ocean air, the saltiness in the air towards you as you're just standing outside near the docks. You do see a few ships parked in the dock area, other than the Queen Emerald, which is just kind of situated there pretty much permanently at this point, just anchored down. But there are a few ships, but there is no sign of that hut.
I'll just take out the little effigy and look down at it and say, thank you, wherever you are. And head back to the others.
Okay. Anyone else going to do anything before setting sail?
Yeah, I approach Alistair and can I borrow your necklace again?
All right. He tosses it off.
Thank you. So I kind of walk to the side until I'm out of earshot. And I try to send a message to Sarah.
Okay. What are you
And I
going to say?
hesitate for a second. Sarah, I'm sorry. Are you alive? Please tell me you made it out. You told me to run, and I ran. God, why did I run? And that's it.
It cut off at why did I? Or, oh God, why did I?
You get no response.
Fuck. I walk back and I hand Alistair his necklace back. Thank you.
No problem. Put it back around his neck.
Then I just go find some place so I can drink quietly.
Okay. So you guys are still at the Queen Emerald.
Yeah.
Zundus makes his way back. And eventually Luann approaches the rest of you and says, well, the Water Baron has made it known that you are toward the Carissa. So if you guys wish to do anything else, please do so. Otherwise, follow me. And she just kind of begins to slowly waddle her way out of the ship.
Alistair will follow.
Everyone
Gray
gonna
as well.
follow at this point?
Assuming I'm back, because Zundus will follow, although he's not very happy about it.
Yeah. Okay. Brotar Savos, I guess you guys are following as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
So she leads you guys out of this very large tavern of hers, eventually out down to the docks, and she walks you guys through the boardwalk, where you do see a variety of ships. Some people are offloading goods out of small ships. There are some ships that are very large. She eventually leads you to a sizable ship. It is a brown ship made of a very chestnut-colored wood. The sails are bright white, and on the side is painted what looks like a wave motif on it. A blue wave motif on the side of this ship. She eventually brings you towards a group of individuals who are standing out front. There is a large dragonborn, probably about 7 feet tall, and stands taller than Brotar, who just gives all of you a menacing look, while the others, about 11 or so in total, are standing around, hauling different kinds of boxes and barrels towards the ship. Luann turns to all of you and says, well, these will be your crewmates for the next little while, so I hope you do play nicely and get along.
I have every intention of it. Rather not die out at sea.
Yeah, that would just suck.
The Dragonborn begins to step. Stands face to face with you, Brotar. He's got red skin and almost a very large head as he stands very tall above you. He's wearing black, pure black, just very dark black, jet black armor with small little silver carvings on it. And he just breathes a little bit of smoke out of his nose as he just looks at you and gives you a kind of a unsettling smile.
Ain't you a big ugly fucker?
One of the crew members runs up to you and says, you better watch your tone, boy.
Why? What's so special about this guy?
I mean, he does own the ship that we are taking to our destination. And like I said, I would not like to die at sea, please.
Yeah, but we're paying for it. Doesn't mean he has the right to be an asshole.
I mean, you did verbally assault him first.
Don't come getting up in my face unless you got something you want to say.
I mean, he's probably just trying to say he's the captain of this ship. It's a common trope. No need to get... No need...
Alastair, I appreciate this, but maybe he should speak for himself? What you got to say, buddy?
You have the floor.
You see him slowly reach for something, but before he even has a chance to do so, you hear a very light voice in the background say, "That's enough from all of you." And you see this menacing dragonborn just become very docile all of a sudden. Kind of like sad, droopy eyes almost. And as he steps aside, you see a small halfling wearing a large, oversized captain's hat who walks up to you. And he's got a little tiny sword, a scimitar, that's just perfect for his size. Little halfling who comes up to you and says, "I'm Captain Lambert. Now, there will be no trouble on my ship. It's an honor to meet you as well. I hope there's no trouble on my ship.
We will try our best.
Don't worry about Hilgar. He's just... Hilgar, you gotta greet guests a little better." Hilgar looks over at Captain Lambert and says, "Sorry, boss. Just... I don't like the new ones." And Captain Lambert says, well, they're going to be with us for a month, so it won't be so new after a few days, yeah?" Says, "I understand." He just kind of lumbers off and helps the others kind of load the ship.
I wanted to look over to the Dragonborn and just be like, "You don't even know us. How can you be not liking us already?"
I mean,
and I'll go help him. I'm going to go help him load stuff while I say this.
Okay. So he just kind of looks around and walks. He just walks with you towards the ship. And he goes, "Now that's a guy I like right there. He takes initiative. Loading the boats. Making amends. That's a crew member, a good one."
Well, he
now, I look at the
Go ahead.
halfling and I ask, so the working thing is totally optional, right? We don't have to actually do anything.
So you kind of have to like stoop down because he's so small. And he looks at you and says, "The work's optional. The crew will do a fine job. You're just passengers on this ship."
I just turn around and leave. The moment he says it's optional.
Like away from the boat.
Are we not in the boat?
No, you're just about to
I
load
thought
it.
we
You're
were
like at
on the
base.
gangplank, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I'm
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
going to go to Brodar and help load the light stuff because -1
Yeah.
strength, but I want to.
Yeah. So
3 of us have an 8th strength.
Yeah, I'm not
Hilgar
strong
and
either.
Brotar are together lifting a few of the crates, a little few of the barrels. Savos looks around, sees a bunch of these crates and barrels, and sees a lamp sitting on top of one of them, and decides, yeah, that's a good one. And he just picks up the lamp, begins to follow you guys to the ship.
I think my
Yeah, Mom.
talents will be better once we're on the boat and dying of boredom.
Okay.
Well, I sure hope so.
I am just looking the captain up and down, kind of sizing him up through the eyes of my spider mask.
Mm-hmm.
So I cast fly on myself and I fly up to the crow's nest and I grab one of the bottles of whiskey that I bought and I just sit there by myself drinking.
As you do so, they all kind of just look over at you, and they kind of just nod, like, "Oh, well, seems right."
I'm gonna look
I
up
just
to
go
the.
about-
Nod in approval.
I'm gonna look up to the crow's
Yeah.
nest just to make sure he still has his fez on.
Oh, I have the fez on. Like I said, I'm not giving this back.
Yeah. So from your view, you don't even really see anything else on the crow's nest except just a fez just sticking out, a bright red fez. Captain Lambert says, "Well, unless there's anything else, I guess we should get the show on the road, huh?"
Tally ho!
Indeed.
I get the feeling you've been wanting to say that for a while, but I'll allow it on my ship. Let's go. And he just kind of starts sauntering up. The crew just starts loading the rest of the remaining cargo on the ship. Eventually, everybody is on, and you turn around and you see Luan, the Water Baron, and his sister standing at the shoreline. And the Water Baron just shouts at all of you as you guys are leaving. He didn't get to speak to you, he just saw you guys off, and as you guys are leaving, he just yells, "You better get my staff!"
I flip him off.
I was just gonna wave like people off leaving off a cruise ship, completely ignoring what he said, but just waving.
A few people wave back at you as you're doing that. Gray, you just look over, and as you flip him off, you just see him turn to his sister and just make like angry gestures, like, "What the hell's this guy?" And his sister is just shaking. She's shaking her head.
Probably
I'm gonna
As you
talk
guys-
to his
and
sister.
then wink at the sister.
I shout at the sister. He's 12 years old.
You just see her. At this point, she's wearing like a long, flowing gown, a very bright blue, sky blue brown gown, and she just turns around and looks away from you and begins walking as the Water Baron is still kind of gesturing angrily.
He's trying to send his big sister after us.
So, you guys are finally making your way westward, northwest, on the Agrilian Sea. It'll be 30 days of travel.
We're gonna
The
get
waves are very calm as you guys are leaving the port. However, it starts becoming obvious that it is a windy day as the waves are just battering this large ship out front of the ship, you do see a dragon. Kind of, the front of it is carved, made of wood. It looks like the shape of a dragon with its wings small on the figurehead. And eventually, you guys make your way out to sea. So, just to speed things up, the first week of your travel, who is doing what? Just generally.
I am going to practice that spell and hide my money from Alastair.
Okay.
I mean,
Gotcha.
He's not going to try to steal your money. He knows how much you have to pay. Like, he's not going to hound you for everything. He just knows when it's time, you're paying up. Because that's what you decided your pennant shall be.
Savos likes his money and he's not taking any chances.
Which, we'll get to that in a minute. Because Alistair pretty much has just been performing on the main deck whenever, like once it starts getting later in the day, so people feel a little pepped up right before the end.
Okay.
Yeah, Gray is playing his lute with Alistair
Okay.
when he's not getting drunk.
Brotor, Zundus, are you guys going to do anything?
Zundus has actually been super busy. Climbing up and down the rigging, training with the sword, other things like that. Basically just spending the entire time preparing.
Okay. A few of the crew members actually take notice of you training. Hilgar comes up to you and pulls out a very dull blade, but begins to train with you in the process. Brotar, are you going to do anything while everyone's doing this on the first week?
Is there any space for me to work on my designing that gun?
Yeah, you ask Captain Lambert, and he does offer there's a small office, like a map room, if you will. And he just allows you to kind of hang out in there and do some tinkering if you want.
Sure. And then outside of that, I would just be helping the crew with whatever they needed, being a sailor.
Okay. So while during the evenings, Alistair and Gray provide a little bit of entertainment, I'll need you guys to roll performance checks for me, please.
Separate
Ones, yes. As a few of the crew members sometimes join you.
Damn it. I accidentally rolled 20.
It's okay. You could just... Oh, yeah, I guess it would be different.
Or not roll... or D&D Beyond. And
you could just tell me the... No. Okay.
19. Well, no,
Great.
Yeah. Earlier, I accidentally rolled in there, and I didn't take it, so I'm just going to take what I take here.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah, just to make it
so there's a few crew members who join you guys during your evening playing, keeping the mood a little bit jovial. The wind is battering the ship a little bit. Your performance goes well. Generally, the spirits of the group are uplifted. Everyone seems to be enjoying the entertainment that you guys are providing.
It's only a week out, if not.
Yeah, the first week. Savos, you do have that spell now inscribed.
Woo!
Are you going to tell us what it is? Are you going to...
Ice Storm.
Oh, shit. You know,
Wait, what?
the one that killed Faustus?
Yeah?
Fair enough.
Which spell?
Just know if you do it, that might cause PTSD in Alistair.
Yeah.
What's the spell again?
Ice Storm, which I don't think you can cast yet.
No, it's 4th level, but he'll have it in his book.
Fair enough.
Fuck. I can't learn it yet because it's 4th level.
Yeah, but at the very least, you could skip having to choose that spell when you do level up.
So it's in your book, you just can't cast it.
Yeah.
It just requires too much magic to cast.
So, Brotar, are you going to be crafting anything to your gun or doing anything?
Yeah, and I think it's just a straight roll plus my proficiency. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe
With the
it's
tinker
your int. Your int. So, are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, so I'm trying to remember where we
blueprint,
were.
or-
We already did the blueprint, and it was good.
Yeah, so that's
passed.
done.
So I'm actually just trying to build the thing, I think.
Yes.
If that's the next step.
Are you gonna be? So you've made the blueprint already, and what was it again? Was
Just
it a
another
revolver?
pistol like the one I had. Basically, I'm kind of copying Dolphin a bit, but not quite to the extent.
Got
So
it.
like it won't have the special crap that Dolphin does, but more or less the same, like a 1d10 or whatever.
Okay.
And four shots. That was basically copying it, but without the like ramming strike and
Yeah,
whatever
echolocate.
echolocate. I think we
Gotcha.
were gonna make it it was like uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you rolled. You already rolled for the quality of it, right?
Correct.
Right.
So I don't know if it's just
So-
a straight intelligence check, and then that.
Yeah. So now you'll have to make a tinker tools check.
Which is very ambiguous in all the books that I've read about how this
Yeah,
actually
well,
works.
How tools work is like they can apply to any basic skill. They're like a like for thieves tools. If you're using it like to pick a lock, that would be dexterity plus your thieves tools modifier specifically. Or so it kind of depends on what you're doing with the tool, but your proficiency with it adds. So you would add your proficiency modifier if you're proficient with the tool.
Yeah. So at third level, what did you choose as your archetype? I believe you chose guns. Did you choose gunsmith? I believe you did.
I think so.
You could choose adept marksman. So if you have trick shots.
Oh, I do have it at marksman. Yeah.
Okay, so you
I don't think you can
unless
choose
you
that though.
Yes. So I
Well-
think
Well, I think it's the subclass is the gunner, and then I guess there are sub choices within the subclass.
Yeah, at level 3 you get gunsmith, which just means you can.
you
Start
get
making
proficiency
stuff.
with tinker's tools.
Yeah.
So any check where using Tinker's tools would apply, then
Yeah, you'll get your
you
proficiency
get to
bonus.
add
Okay.
3.
So I just add 3. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I'll say if you're gonna craft a firearm, make a. I'll say make a. If I'll say that you can just make. I would almost say calling it between dexterity to see if you could piece this together, or your intelligence to see if you could piece it together well.
Well, I think the intelligence was to make the blueprint.
The
before.
blueprint, yeah. So I'll say make a dexterity check on this
Yeah.
one. Add
This
your
is if
proficiency
you can
bonus.
physically do it.
Yeah, if you can slap it together, basically.
So that's a 15 plus 3 for 18.
18
Plus your dex.
Okay.
Oh, that
Plus
was
your
my
dex.
that was my dex. So 18, so it's actually a 21.
21
Plus proficiency.
Okay,
Nice.
so you do succeed in putting together a very surprisingly, though it is the first gun that you've crafted at this point, the pieces just fit very well together. You do manage to craft yourself a pistol.
Sweet.
So now he has 2 pistols, a flintlock, an axe, a great
Yeah.
sword.
He's a freaking weapon
He's a
master.
true fighter.
Yeah. Yep, so you could just add the pistol.
Just a regular old pistol, right?
Yeah, reload 4, misfire 1.
I'll
Unless
find
there is a
something.
specific thing you want to attempt to.
No, for right now, I
to
think
load
that's all we're going to worry about.
Okay, cool. So I'll say everybody make a perception check. We'll just do a quick
Okay.
perception check. For the
Going
week
to
that
be
you guys are out at
attacked.
sea.
Oh God, please, yes.
8, 4,
Nat one.
18.
Yeah, that one.
18.
Are we doing a perception?
Well, you are
So-
in the crow's nest most
Yeah,
of the
perception.
time.
I mean, this is like, I don't know, a week into it.
Brotar, make it with an advantage.
I don't
'cause
think I'm dead anymore.
You're a seafaring man.
14. Oh, yeah, stay with the 14. The other one was an
Okay.
8.
Oh, okay. So you guys, at various times during the week, stare out into the sea. You guys take in a few of the sights and sounds, and it's very calming, very relaxing time at sea. Though at times it can get a little bit hairy. The wind does pick up on occasion, but the weather has been fairly steady the whole week, and you guys managed to continue on your journey with no issues. The second week, for the second week, I'll say everybody can also make perception checks at this point.
Okay.
Perception. 20 this time.
22.
14.
5.
It's just
I mean,
hard
it
to
makes-
see with that mask, man.
I mean, it makes sense. I've been focusing mostly on training.
Yes, Savos perception for you.
Alright,
There you go.
10.
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
rolling for whatever reason.
It can be weird.
Brotar, Brotar, you can always roll it at advantage.
I don't
That's
know.
quite-
I mean, I got a 22,
So Brotar-
but I can try
Yeah.
for a nat 20 if you want.
yeah, it's up to you.
I mean, that would be a 25.
Yeah, that would be huge.
And it was a 12. 17.
Okay. So, Alistair and Brotar, there's a few times during the week where you guys are out at sea and you do see a few creatures. You see a whale breach the surface for a few moments and eventually go back underneath, as well as a few dolphins who are following the ship closely in tow. On near the last night of the week, both of you spot a massive airship coming in from the east as you guys are traveling westward. That is gaining. It's not on your path per se. Doesn't seem to necessarily be looking for you, but you do see it gaining. And as the days pass, like midweek, and as the days pass, you do eventually catch a glimpse of it far ahead of you.
And we tell if it's on like the same course or heading that we're on, or is it
Do we
going in
even
a
know
different
what
direction?
they are?
Yeah, I guess, do I know what it is first?
Brotar, you would have caught wind of it during your travels. Alistair, I'll say, make a history check.
Oh,
Okay.
19.
Yeah, you know, you've heard in Examir, that the Empire would control such things, that they
Okay.
essentially have naval and air superiority at this point. So you have heard of airships, though you've never actually seen one being so far inland that has either gone your way or directly flown. So it's a strange scene for you to. First, you think it's a bird, then you're like, no, it's too big. That you start gauging distance and you're unaware of what it is exactly. But eventually, you do come to realize that it's got mechanical components to it. So.
One of them
Yeah.
godforsaken airships.
I mean, it looked pretty cool.
We are not meant to fly. If we were, we'd have
cast fly
wings.
I cast fly on myself and I start flying around her.
Ugh. It ain't
I mean,
right. It
there
ain't
are
natural.
many things we can do with magic. That
You guys
that
do whatever you want with your
Flying-
magic, but I just don't think we should fly.
Flying
But-
is excellent.
I'll be goddamned if
Is
you ever
that
get
an
me on one of
issue,
those
though?
things.
is it an issue though? Are there sky pirates?
If there's airships, there better be sky pirates.
Like, is this something we need to worry about? Is this something that's kind of normal? I've never been on a boat before, so I have no clue.
I mean, anywhere there's ships, there's going to be pirates. I can only imagine they're in the sky. I've never been on one of those boats.
Okay, but do we need to worry about this one?
I don't know. Can we tell which way it's going? Is it like coming toward us, going away from us? Can we tell?
It looked like it's following in parallel with you guys, but at some point it just overtook you guys in speed and just kind of disappeared. You can't really see it anymore.
I mean, I don't think
But
we
it
need
seems
to
to be
worry.
heading northwest.
Jay, did I recognize the airship?
No, you wouldn't have seen it.
I don't think we have to worry about
you-
this thing because it would have stopped and done something if it passed us. So
Okay. I didn't know. I wasn't
That's
paying
fine.
attention. I didn't know it already flew over us. I would have probably started worrying once it got like on our tail.
right. I mean, it does kind of look like it might be heading in the same direction as us, but it doesn't seem to be too concerned with us. So I don't think we should worry about it right now.
So eventually you guys take your second week of travel. During one of the evenings, the cook yells out to you guys, "Oh, it's time to eat." You guys all head down to the lower part of the ship and begin to mow as much food as you guys can. However, something doesn't feel quite right about what you guys ate. Maybe the meat was a little off. Maybe there wasn't enough seasoning, or maybe the cook had forgotten to add something. I need everybody to roll Constitution saves.
Oh shit!
Oh God!
Joy.
Everybody's getting the shits.
13.
Being
Yes,
saved. Savos fail. Brotar fail.
I didn't just fail.
Great
I got a
fail.
natural 1.
That's a 12.
Where's the fez?
Okay. 12. So, Alistair, you're just scarfing down this food, and you're like, yeah, it's not great. I mean, it's just, you're out at sea. You're rationing your food for the next month. You're okay. You look around, however, and slowly, like flies, everyone just starts disappearing from the table. Brotar, you begin to just vomit violently from the food. Something is disgusting with this thing. The rest of you as well. It's coming out of somewhere,
Oh God.
whether you like it or not, as you guys just suddenly all feel ill from this food. You guys are incapacitated for the next 24 hours, and everybody suffers 1 point of exhaustion for the week.
Shit.
For the week?
For the week.
Wow.
So,
That's
since
some
this was
major
nearing
food
the
poisoning.
near the end of this journey, you guys just feel really mucked up. So for the third week coming in, you guys will all have a point of exhaustion.
Can I go talk to
Okay,
the
well.
cook and find out what exactly it was we just ate?
I mean,
Yeah, you see him
upset
down?
my stomach.
You see him down below, and he's got a, it's become obvious to you why you feel so sick. You walk in, and it's a very, very unkempt, unsanitary, and rather small kitchen that he's built. Doesn't
I'm
even
gonna
really
spam
look like a
cast
kitchen.
prestidigitation to clean everything.
I'm
So as
actually
you
going to be
do that-
following. Sorry.
And the cook, who's this kind of very thin half-elf, is just sitting there, kind of, moving pots and pans over to different places and pouring what looks like slop into different barrels. Sees you come in and says, "You enjoy the food?"
Are you fucking kidding me? I slap him.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
With your 0 damage.
Oh God, I miss Graham.
19.
Fuck, I
hit
should have.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting you to just pull up here and slap him. So you just immediately say that and slap him, and he holds his face and he goes, "What?
I
You
mean,
don't hit the cook."
this is very unhealthy. I thought this was supposed to be a respected crew.
Yeah, well, look. I'm going to be honest with you, all right? I just joined up. I'm new. Captain Lambert was nice enough to let me on. I don't know what happened with his old cook, but I'm what you got. In fact, I'd probably make a better navigator than I am a cook.
Okay.
Well, if your navigating was
let me
anything
show
like
you
your
a few things
cooking,
about how to preserve meat.
Well, I ain't disagreeing with you there, pal.
Yeah. I pull him over. Do I see any salt around?
I'll make a perception check just to get a lay of the land. What's in the kitchen?
21.
21. Yeah. The shocking part about all of this is that the kitchen is fairly complete, despite the fact that it's not a good kitchen. Like, it's small, it's disorganized and messy, but it's got all the spices. It's got all the cooking implements.
Alistair brings him over to the salt. Like, I would assume there's a lot of it because that's how you preserve meat on these kinds of ships.
Yeah, there's a
Like,
lot of tack, salt.
Yeah, he's used to that with the menagerie because that's how we do things. Like, and he just walks him through the steps he remembers of how to preserve meat, how to make it so you don't give food poisoning to who you're serving.
Yeah, at some point you actually even find a little door that you just swing open, and you see that there are a variety of cured meats that have already been hanging there for a little while, and he kind of looks over at you and says, I didn't even know that was there. I just... Okay.
You gotta learn your tools before you use them. Just do better next time. And I just tap him on the shoulder, and then...
He goes, if it's going to save me from any more slaps, I'll listen to whatever you got to say.
He just gives him a thumbs up as he's walking out.
So, you guys all take your rest, bedridden for a few days. Sometimes you're able to get up and, vomit some more. But eventually the third week does come rolling around. And you guys feel a little better, though still sick. So everyone is still, except Alistair, has exhaustion.
So the DC was 13.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, anything else you guys wanted to do during this third week?
Didn't you have something, Josh?
That's what I was going to get to. I was going to say, near the end of this third week, I'm going to gather up all the guys and basically tell them, in fairness, we don't really know a lot about any other of us, really. So I thought maybe it would be good time to try and learn. So I would kind of have us have an open question time. Basically, anyone can ask anyone else any question they want. You're allowed to answer however you want, but we are not judging any questions that come through.
Are we below decks?
I would have gathered y'all in like a room by ourselves.
Okay. Then I'll take my mask off.
Yeah, for the rest of the... you guys all went inside the decks. Outside, it was very, very poor weather. For the last couple of days, it's been raining nonstop. Very light rain, but not enough to necessarily
just enough to
cause
make
trouble.
Your clothes feel clingy.
Yeah, and it's actually enough that on occasion, every couple of hours or so, the crew members actually have to start bailing out certain areas because it's just kind of pooling a little bit of water.
Some pleasure cruise this was.
But you guys are warm inside for whatever you guys want to do.
All right. So who wants to go first?
Zundus is just kind of looking around back and forth at the others.
What exactly do you want us to do here?
Ask any question you want, and anyone's allowed to answer however they want. Remember, I do have the bracers if we want honesty.
Jay,
Yep.
would I know anything? Would Savos know anything about the Spider Queen, or like at least of her existence and
Make a religion
connection
check.
to the Drow? Oh
Make a
yeah, I have a
religion check.
+6 in that, I think.
I would assume you're proficient.
Yep, +6. All right, come on. 21.
Yeah, you've heard of this at the Aradia. Lolth is the Spider Queen. She's been known as the Mother of Lust, the Weaver. She is generally a evil goddess, and she is who the Drow worship for the most part. And she is not accepted by all means, in fact, banned with the punishment of death if worshipped throughout this land.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my audio cut out, and the last thing I heard was she's generally an evil god.
Yes, and she is banned, punishable by death throughout Ostrava.
Okay. But would I know about her connection to the Drow? And like...
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm gonna I'm going to look at Zundus dead in the eyes, put on the shittiest Australian accent I can do, and say, "You serve the Spider Queen, mate?"
Why did I let Savos go first?
Zundus narrows his eyes at Savos and says, "No, I don't."
Okay, that was a joke, man. Chill out. This is a, like, really tense situation. I'm just trying to, like, not.
Where did you hear that name?
Yeah, you'd heard it in school, basically, at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna look back at Zundus and I'm gonna tell him, I heard it in college. I heard it at my college. It's, we had religion studies. Something we had to do. I've heard of gods you probably didn't even know existed.
He eases up a little bit. No, I do not serve the Spider Queen.
Alright. Well, one bombshell to the next. Savos. Since this is going to be more important coming up, what can you tell us about your dad? And what do we need to know about getting that staff?
Jay?
Well, most of it is up to you, but yeah, he's just I mean, you guys have lived in Ecclesia your whole life, basically.
Okay.
But it's whatever you
Also,
both have the same information.
yeah, you said, just a slight aside, you said his name was Coblack Whitemane, right?
I'm stealing all my characters, like, they're all Skyrim names. Okay?
I know, I was going to
flat
call
out-
you out on that shit.
It's okay. It's great.
Yeah, I
Because
gave
it
up
took
on
me
my
a second
creative
when I heard it,
sense.
like, why does that sound so familiar? And I Googled it and I saw, oh yeah, he's a fucking champion from the Companions.
Companions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Codlock.
I flat out gave up trying to create my own names, so I just
Fantasy
plagiarized
name
everything
generator,
from
go
Sky-
there. That's what I did for like 80% of the menagerie.
You see, at the time, I was playing Skyrim, going through the Companions quest line, and I thought this was totally a good idea.
Yeah, it's great. You've let me know that since the very beginning, so
But I will say, it took me a second to hear.
Yeah.
So, no, So you don't know exactly what he studies, roughly how powerful he is.
I mean, he's a cleric. I don't know how powerful he is. I haven't seen him in years. Why he pissed off a warlord and stole a staff is beyond me.
If
he's
things
even
get
in
violent,
Ecclesia.
Savos, if things get violent, are you okay with us, putting him down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Survival of the fittest.
Okay. Just checking.
Do you know anything about the staff to begin with? What it can do?
I didn't even know he left Ecclesia. Yeah.
Do we know it was stolen, or is it just somehow the Water Baron knows about it and he wants it?
What the Water Baron mentioned that he wants this staff.
Yeah, so we don't know if it's stolen or not. It's just...
But stolen or not, I'm not gonna give it back to the Water Baron.
I want to know what it is before we do. I don't think he's a terribly a tad bad guy. I mean, we did kind of get off on the wrong foot. If it's nothing...
He's a dick.
I mean, in fairness, a lot of us are in different ways, but...
I'm my goddamn delight.
Yeah, you weren't the night before we shipped off. Shit in your pants.
That didn't happen. That is a lie.
You're still wearing the fez.
Because it looks good on me.
I'm just saying, you know what that fez means.
It means what I want it to mean. Okay. Look, I don't have any questions. Truth is, I barely even know you guys.
That's what the questions are for. Do you want to know anything about us?
Zundus
Kind of started off heavy.
Zundus looks over at Savos and says, "What prompted you to ask me about the Spider Queen, if you don't mind my asking?"
Because you're a drow, and I know about the Spider Queen's connection to the drow. I was just trying to lighten the mood.
I see. And he visibly relaxes a bit because he, doesn't know that you know about the mark on his back.
Oh, we don't even... Well, I guess Savos knows with his religion check before.
Do I?
Yeah, like you saw.
Yeah, when we snuck up on him, I made you march back to camp.
Yeah, so you put two and two together, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Getting my charger.
Okay.
Well, let's get to know each other a little bit more then. I'll ask the whole group, why did y'all start adventuring?
I mean, I woke up one day and I had willies. I was nothing before. I was just a mama's boy. And then I died.
Did you just say you died?
Yeah.
You died?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Is this something?
What the hell?
Is it?
It's the same thing that Faustus said. What? Is there something going on?
Is this something about tieflings I don't know about?
Are y'all dead?
What did Did Faustus die? Well, okay. Did he die before he died?
Well, that's what he said.
Yes.
Didn't he die like
was a
twice
revenant
before
when
he
we
really
found him.
died?
Well, I'm not a fucking revenant.
Well, he apparently turned to real life before he met you. I think about 2 weeks before he met you, he actually came back to full alive.
I was never a revenant. Just putting that out there.
Okay. There's nothing
I-
wrong with
I lo-
revenants specifically.
I lowered the collar of my shirt and I showed the scar on my chest, above my heart. I say, I was stabbed. I was attacked. And the next thing I know, I woke up. And I had these abilities. So, I mean, I traveled a bit with the band. Then we got you Oldwin. They headed west, I think. I decided to stay. I was, trapped. Oldwin seemed like a good fit at the time. That was a mistake.
Yes, I remember seeing you there.
Oh. I'm sorry. I don't remember seeing, but I mean, honestly, most of the time I was drunk. May have just forgotten.
I distinctly remember a ring.
Yeah, well, that I won on a bet.
I'm looking at him very skeptically.
Insight.
Yeah, I'm basically saying that instead of, can I do an insight? Because I'm trying to do it like.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that whole thing you said about like, oh, I'm doing something, and then like,
Yeah, of course.
So I just felt like, hey,
Go
can
ahead
I
and roll
insight him?
insight. Yeah. Yeah, you just prompt me and I'll tell you what to roll. Go ahead and make it.
Just don't.
19.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Yeah, you can whisper to GM roll.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Or I'm talking about Gray, since we don't know if this would be persuasion, deception.
Yeah.
Jay knows.
Yeah.
So what was the last?
You two know. We know.
What were you inciting again? Sorry, I missed like a few moments. There.
Basically,
the ring.
He said that he won the ring in a bet. I find it doubtful.
Yeah, like the thing that catches you most about it is that it's a very unique looking ring. It's not just a ring that you could just ask somebody to forge for you or anything like that. It looks like it's made from some fairly unique materials.
No, he wanted. He was inside checking me to see if I was lying.
Yeah,
see if you were lying
about winning the bet.
Yeah, he seems truthful, at least from what you can gather.
Very well.
I mean, I told you guys about dying. Do you think I would lie about a ring? Makes no sense.
I mean, have you heard the story of some cursed rings? They do some crazy shit.
Hey, I just have a question.
This is just
about the dying thing. You say you died.
Yeah.
Did somebody like bring you back to life, or did you die and you were dead, and then all of a sudden, poof, you're alive? How did this work?
A friend brought me back. He knew magic. He had the ways to bring someone from death.
So you're not saying you're dead now?
No.
Okay. So I guess it's not the same as Faustus then. Okay.
I'm very much so alive, man.
Well, that's good. I was starting to get worried about you tieflings and having some weird... I'm wondering if Alastair was dead too.
I mean, it's just as much of a shock to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my story.
So, Brotar, what were you doing on your way to Clyde? Like, what made you adventure out?
Well, I mean, there's not much to say. I was just a sailor out on a ship where I'd been for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so before that. But, I mean, y'all remember when we first got together, I used the axe and I was pretty tough and rumble, right?
Yeah.
So, shortly before I got off the boat, we got attacked by pirates. Not too far from Willowdale Wharf, actually. Probably kind of actually near where we are now, if I'm honest, which is a little weird. But anyway, we got attacked by pirates and they killed almost everybody in the crew. But something happened and I kind of went bonkers and just started killing stuff. And I wiped out all them pirates. So it was pretty much just me and my captain at the time. And we managed to get the ship back into Willowdale. And at that point I said he was done. He sold the boat and left. And I decided it was time to find something else to do. That's what brought me there.
So Grim was on this boat with you as well?
Yes. It was me and Grim. I guess I'm retconning the story a little bit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because y'all went from Willowdale Wharf together.
Yeah, I realize that. My story doesn't add up, does it?
I mean, it's fine.
We found Grim floating in the water and we picked him up and brought him into Willowdale.
Grim was a ghost the whole time.
Maybe Grim was dead, yeah.
Everyone's a
I mean,
ghost.
he might be.
I don't know. This backstory is getting too complicated.
Jesus fuck, he's alive.
For now.
Let me go back to my original. Let me see if I can figure out where I got lost here in my story.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that's what happened. It's
Okay.
basically you had traveled. So this was actually pre-Grim. So
Okay.
So you met Grim in Willowdale Wharf and
Yeah.
on the way to
No,
Clyde.
you
No.
We met it somewhere south.
You met in
I know.
You guys met in Hunter's Fell, right? But Brotar was at that point with a totally new crew
Oh,
that
I forgot
Grim
about
was
that part.
familiar with.
So what
Yeah.
happened was the guy I liked, the captain I liked, sold the boat. He left. And then I stayed on with that crew for a bit. And they were a bunch of jerks. But when we got attacked, back to that. That was after that. We picked up.
Yeah.
I am so bad. We picked up Grim and then we came around to Willowdale Wharf. So
Brotar has a 10 intelligence. right now.
you know what? I'm so lost. And then, I lost 10 years of my life in there somewhere also. So
Well,
Yeah.
that was that old win.
I know it's
saw
just
that part.
that makes me forget stuff sometimes because I'm now old and geriatric.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Savos, would you like to explain how you went from Ecclesia all the way to Clyde?
One day I got tired of school and I flipped a coin. Heads, I would travel the world and do dumb shit for fun. Tails, I stayed in school. Can you guess what it landed on?
Well, I would definitely say you have done some dumb shit. I guess now it's only fair to explain what I was doing going into Clyde. I spent the last almost 13 and a half years with this traveling group called the Wandering Menagerie, and I got a bright idea that maybe becoming a hero would help raise the popularity of the menagerie. So I'm trying to become a hero that, like the ones I've read in stories, and trying to be a living legend so that I can help my family by drumming up business. And I had just left them maybe about a week before heading into Clyde. And that's where we met. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Do any of y'all have whiskey?
I suppose you almost have questions for me.
Well, you said you don't remember much.
I don't remember
You said you
much
had
about how I
amnesia.
got here, but I do remember quite a bit about the past. It all depends on the questions that you ask.
Well, what's your connection to the Carlos Corporation other than being their slave? Is that it? I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, from what little I remember of me getting here, one moment I was boarding a ship, and the next I was toiling away in the mines. I was looking for something for Alma, my betrothed.
And you said she made that mask for you, right?
Yes. Yes, she did.
Do you think she'd be able to make one for my drow friend in the menagerie, or something similar?
It's quite
if we meet up with
possible.
her.
There's likely nothing she can't do. She's very good with building things with magic. I believe she said that it's what she does is called artificing.
No.
She's
So what you're saying is she's really good with her hands.
He has dark skin, or like grayish skin, but he definitely blushes.
Oh.
I said nothing of the sort.
I'm just teasing.
That's alright. Suppose I'm a bit tense.
Oh, that's what the jokes are for.
Well, I suppose this was going to come out sooner or later, so Savos, to answer your question, kind of reaches into his cloak, pulls out the scimitar handle, and sets it in the middle of the table.
Okay, it's a sword.
No, it's a broken. Basically, like the metal of the sword has been broken off, and the symbol of Lolth in the center of it has been purposely defaced.
So you hate the Spider Queen?
I do. I was her servant for many years.
Willingly?
It was all I knew. A dog doesn't get to choose its master. You follow orders or you're beaten. Simple.
Hmm.
And that was my life. Until I failed in one of my missions and Alma found me. I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. And I think I've probably seen just about the worst things that people can do to one another. Some of which that I've done by my own hands.
Do you still feel that way now? Do you still feel like you can do those things now?
I want to live for myself. Whatever that means. But no. Not doing those things was what caused me to get into the predicament that I'm in. We were raiding a village, slaughtering its inhabitants. I made my way into one of the huts. There was a young girl. I hesitated. I let her go. I was reprimanded. I was punished. And I was sent on a suicide mission. My group didn't make it. I survived. I lived in bondage for a few years before finally becoming integrated into the tribe, and I was accepted amongst the other Wood Elves, despite the way that we had treated them.
So you lived with Wood Elves?
Yes, Alma's tribe. She was the one that taught me about myself, our people, things that I didn't know growing up because I wasn't taught anything except for warfare. So, you can make of that what you will. But that is what I was.
But that's his shtick.
Dude, your shit's depressing, man. Ugh.
So at some
Sorry,
point,
sorry to interrupt that, but
Yeah,
No, it's okay. Somebody's going to be the lemon juice to all the saccharin.
So at some point, you guys are having this discussion. You do hear some footsteps coming in from behind, and
Mask goes on.
a very thin lady comes in. She's looking very gaunt, almost very pale as well, with very pointed ears. Comes in and says, "Excuse me, gentlemen. Well, I should let you know that we've got a week left on our travels. The captain has prepared a special meal for you if you guys would like to join.
Oh dear God.
It's going to be better than that last meal we had that was pretty special.
Hey, we found the cured meats, so it should be good.
And she says, please, sorry for disturbing you. And continues on and starts kind of ringing some of the other rooms around the area.
Out of context, well, I guess somewhat in context, did she catch me before I put the mask on?
I'll say make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Would I be able to inspire that?
5.
Yeah, she saw you in full, but she didn't seem to make any notice of it. What was that?
I was gonna say,
Sure.
could I bardic inspire him for doing that, or would that be too quick for me to do anything?
Oh, yeah, it was like a quick reactionary thing.
Fair enough.
So you guys can continue on, but the captain has requested if you guys would like to join.
I guess so. So, I mean, might as well. Like I said, I want to trust our new friend. I think give him a second chance at least. I mean, how worse can it really be?
Sorry, you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about the food.
Oh. I was like,
Since all of y'all got
I mean-
food poisoning last time, like, how bad could it really be a second? The next time, like, he found where the good stuff is, and I taught him how to preserve meat.
Yep. So if you guys are going to go ahead, you guys do make your way eventually, slowly, after having your discussion, and it's not much, but the captain has prepared some form of a feast. On one of the decks, you do hear the sound of rain kind of battering the deck above, but a nice meal is prepared, at the very least, by your half-elf friend that Alistair has taught. The rest of the crew also sits around. Not taught, but you showed them around.
Yeah, I at least told him how to make stuff that won't kill people.
Yeah. So you guys gather around, and there are those meats that were being served. However, they're not cut very well. They're almost jagged at some places and not very nice. It's like a very horribly made charcuterie board, basically. And the rest of the crew is just sitting around, having a drink, eating a little bit of the food in this dimly lit room. And they look over at you, and the Dragonborn is actually the first one to look over at everyone and says, "Hey, have a seat. Have a seat." Pulls up, makes room for everybody to sit down. You guys are all kind of just gathered around and eventually join them for a nice little meal.
Woo!
And about partway through your dinner, slowly everyone gets up one by one. You see a man, one of the crew members comes down, named Zuma, a half-orc, runs down. Captain Lambert says, "What's the problem, Zuma?" And Zuma says, "Oh, we're hitting a fog patch, sir. Visibility is nil at this point." And Lambert says, "Oh, well, any of you wouldn't happen to have crewed a boat at some point?"
Alistair just slowly points to Brotar.
And you see the half-elf who'd been cooking the food raise his hand, and Captain Lambert just pays him no attention. And looks over at you, Brotar, and says, "You know your way around the waters?"
I've been out at sea a time or two, you might say.
"All right, well, dinner's over, boys. We got to get to it." And you see everybody just kind of rush up to the deck. And are you guys going to follow along?
I will.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess so.
So You guys make your way up, and immediately it just looks like a white smoke in the night sky. It is extremely dark. Not dark. It is extremely low visibility at this point outside. You probably can't even see past 5 feet from you. And slowly you just hear a bunch of shouts from the crew members who are trying to communicate through this fog. And you hear one of the crew members actually shout, "We can't see where we're going." And the others are saying, "Captain, what do we do? Do we just stop, anchor down?" Or Lambert looks at you, Brotar, and says, "Unless you can make your way out of this, we're going to have to, I guess, anchor down."
So just so I'm clear, are we stuck in a fog bank?
Yeah, you're like just, it's foggy all around you.
Can I try to inspect the fog to see if it's natural at all?
Yeah, I'll say make either, like you're just gonna kind of look at it and observe as much as you can, see if there's a source. I'll say
just try to see if there's like a weird vibe, like almost like we were back in the forest.
Okay, I'll say make an insight check for me.
Insight. One, I know jack shit.
Yeah, it's foggy. That's all you know. Anyone else gonna do anything at this point?
Just taking my mask off.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a navigator's tool that might be useful here, but
Savos Gray, are you guys gonna do anything?
A lighthouse.
We got a compass.
Yeah, you guys are still exhausted at this point. It's for the whole week, so.
Oh shit.
No, Gray's just gonna stay in the where he was, eating.
Okay.
Where were we when we went into this fog thing? Were we close to shore? Were we out in the middle of the ocean? What's going on?
You ask one of the crew members, and their response to you is that you guys are you're still far from shore. You're still out kind of somewhat in the middle of the open ocean.
Anybody got a goddamn map or anything around here? Someone show me where the hell we are.
Yeah, so they show you that you're where I put you guys just now.
All right, and is there anything marked on the map that would cause us to be worried?
Nope, just open ocean.
I'm gonna climb up to the crow's nest and see if I can see anything above the fog at all.
Okay, so it takes you some time, but you do manage to climb, try to get a good vantage point. The fog continues even all the way up here.
I can see nothing from up here either.
Well, I assume we have a compass. There's nothing around here that we can run into. This ain't some magical fog. I say we just start heading in a westerly direction and take her slow.
I'm heading back down.
All right.
Do you guys think
Captain
that's all right?
Lambert says,
I don't love the idea of just anchoring out in the middle of the ocean here.
Well, why would that be bad?
I don't know. Multitude of reasons. Hey, I don't know how deep this is. I don't know how much rope you got on that anchor, if it can even hit the bottom, for one thing.
Well, I don't disagree with you there. It's just, we got no real other option at this point. We either press on, or we might just lose course and drift to nowhere.
Well, we got a compass, right? Is there still wind? I mean, the wind's pushing us.
At this point, there is no wind.
So we're just floating anyway.
You're just floating. Says, well, you just give the word and I'll get my men to start rowing us as much as we can. I mean, not going to help much, but 6 to a side might work.
I mean, long as the pointy end
trying.
is going west, I think we're okay, ain't we?
All right then.
Still
Lambert
don't like this fog.
kind of yells out and issues an order, and you see Hilgar begin to just signal as much as he can using his voice. He's going, over here, and people are just kind of tiptoeing their way as they begin to move through the fog. Who has a passive perception of 14?
I had a 13, so I'm close, but no.
I got a 15.
I don't think anyone does. You have 15, Brotar?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear one of the voices just go, ah,
Oh, shit.
and what sounds like almost a loud bang. Hilgar is still shouting, and he's counting numbers. We've got 1. That's 2. All right, 2 more. And he's just slowly counting out numbers. Once again, you do hear another noise. Some sound of splashing water.
Are they
What are
falling
you
off
guys
the
all
boat?
doing? You don't know. You can't see. What is everyone going to be doing at this point?
Do
I'm
we
gonna
hear
cast
this, or is it only Brotar?
Brotar's the only one who's hearing this.
I'll just tell everybody someone's falling out the boat.
I'd like to cast
Do you yell
Fairy
that?
Fire.
Yes.
You're going to cast Fairy Fire?
Yeah.
Gray, you're still underneath the ship at this point? You're in the below deck?
Did Brotar yell about people falling off the boat?
Yes.
Okay, this is when Gray comes up, because things just got interesting.
Okay. You do see you cast Fairy Fire in a 20-foot cube, and you do see a few of the outlines. At this point, you're counting probably about 8 people in this. Slowly, off the corner of your eye, you see a 9th walking towards the Fairy Fire cube. And immediately, something just flies by into the Fairy Fire, and you hear another, Captain! And just sploosh, another splash in the water.
As loudly as I can, I'll say, everyone get away from the sides of the ship, now!
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I summon the balancing sky.
Motherfuck.
Anyone else going to do anything? Savos? Zundus?
Just basically barking orders, like anyone who can't fight, get below decks.
Okay. As you guys are starting to shout
muted.
this. Yeah, Savos, you're muted. So as you guys are beginning to shout all this stuff, Savos, did you want to do anything?
I can't really do anything, so no.
Okay. So at this point, you do hear a little bit of chaos as footfalls are just moving towards you guys as much as possible, towards the back of the ship, where the entrance of the captain's quarters and the entrance to the deck would be. At some point, you do hear a loud wail and shrieking from a distance, high above you. It just goes and begins to move closer and closer to all of you.
I'm gonna
Eventually,
Drawing my sword.
you do hear 3 loud thuds in 3 different areas of the ship. One is directly in front of you. And as you guys are kind of huddled together now, as close as possible, and a few of the crew members have begun to kind of descend the deck entrance, you see a long barbed tail just suddenly and attempt to hit you, let that take you, Gray. That is, give me a second here. So out of nowhere, you see. So yeah, that's 21 to hit.
Shield.
Okay, so what does that raise you to?
It gives me a +5 to my AC for the turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so that'll miss you. And you just see, like, as you pop your shield up, you just see 3 spikes just fly and immediately
What the?
fall to the ground. The fog decreases a little bit, but for this combat turn, or this combat, everybody's going to roll their attacks at disadvantage.
Oh, motherfuck.
Oh, shit.
But you do catch a glimpse of a figure, and in front of you, as you about no more than 5 feet in front of you, you see a large shadow with what looks almost like a lion's face and wings that just spread out about 10 feet wide, standing in front of you. I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Oh, shit.
Yes, Ryan.
God.
Yeah.
Why do I keep on having the sleepy face? Go
That's
away.
a 6.
Where's my book? Oh
So
my god,
that
we're
will
so
be-
fucked.
16. Woo.
So that will be hold on, let me just look at the initiative here. So that's 8 for Gray, right?
Yeah,
Gray 8.
that's so shitty.
17 for Brotar.
16 for Alistair.
16. That's a 1 for Savos. Wow. And a 6 for Zundis. Damn.
Yeah.
We're all
Okay.
gonna die.
You see Lambert just begin to run down. However, you are you do have Hilgar who stays with you guys above the deck.
That's the Dragonborn, right?
That's the Dragonborn. He is. Give me a second here. He's actually just a little bit off to where you guys are. He is right.
Oh, there's a boat.
Okay, so top of the order will be Brotar.
Oh, we have a big friend.
That's a real big guy.
We're good now.
What do you want to do? Yeah, he's not huge, but whatever.
By the way, I can't control my token.
Yeah, sorry, it has to be linked to your
okay.
sheet. That's why
And
we gotta
the-
keep doing it this way.
The Dragonborn's
But-
like, that's our buddy, right?
Yeah, he's just been ushering people. Sorry, he's over here. He's just been ushering people to this area, which is where the deck
Gotcha.
entrance is, or the exit to the deck.
All right.
Did you say we saw multiples of these shadows, or just the one?
You saw multiples. Sorry, that wheel's a little huge. I know it's not supposed to be that big, but anyways, yeah, there you saw multiple.
Oh joy!
Boys, if we're gonna die fighting.
So
Let's do this.
is my turn.
Yeah.
All right. I'll bonus action echolocate the mana core,
Okay.
and then they'll fire 2 shots at him, I guess, with Dolphin.
Okay.
First one's a
Go ahead and make your 2
23
attack. 23 will hit it.
for 19 damage.
Got it.
Second one,
Nice.
not quite as good. 15.
15 will still hit.
Okay, 17. 30. Math is hard. 37? 36? Total?
Yeah.
36, yeah.
Okay, got it. So you just immediately, that's with disadvantage, all of that, right?
Oh shit, no. So I guess that would
okay.
make
One level of exhaustion doesn't cause disadvantage on attack.
No, but the fog is causing it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I guess that would make
So
it
you
a
guys have-
15 then for the first one. That's
Yeah,
2 rolls, right?
That will
so
still hit,
for
yeah.
17 damage, then I'll roll 2 more.
Got it.
Ooh, glad this came when it did. 14.
What's the second disadvantage roll?
20, not natural.
Okay,
14.
14 will still hit it.
Okay, so that's all
So
still
both
19,
shots-
so it's still
the same,
36.
exact same damage. Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, so you just gather this large figure is in this vicinity. You pull out your weapon and you just begin firing indiscriminately as you just see this creature. You do hear some loud as you guys you're just shooting this thing, and you don't know what else is going on at this point. Anything else you want to do on your turn? Movement bonus.
I'm gonna move back a bit to here. Here.
Okay.
Are you within striking range?
Shouldn't be.
I don't think so because he was here.
I mean, I was here. Ooh. Is this? Oh, it's okay. Maybe I won't move then.
Well, it's a little off kilter.
I'm not sure where the range goes from. Because I guess I'm 5 foot from the edge, but I'm not 5 foot from the middle.
Yeah, so if you... Yeah, his reach is only 5 feet, so...
I'll just let you decide if he's in range. I mean, if I'm able to move without getting hit, I will move. If I'm not, I won't move.
He will get an attack of opportunity on you.
So I won't move then. I'll
If
just
you
stay where
move.
I'm at.
Hold on, sorry, this thing's being weird right now. He's here, actually. My bad. So yeah, he'll get an. If you where were you? You were here.
I'm where I'm
you are right
standing.
now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he won't. So you can move.
Okay, then I will move,
Okay.
and I'll move back here.
Okay, got it. That's gonna
Actually,
take us
as
to-
a
Yep.
free action, would I be able to give somebody an item?
Well, what are we gonna give?
I was gonna throw fortune to Gray.
Okay, you're gonna just toss it.
I'll throw it at the ground in front of him, and hopefully it sticks into the dirt. Or is that going to be an attack to do that?
He will have to attune to it to get the effects, but he can use it as just a regular weapon if that's what you're intending.
Well, I was trying to be dramatic about it, but maybe we'll just wait for right now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alistair, you're up.
All right. Do I see the shadows, the other shadows in the sky?
Yeah, like you don't see. Make a perception check. So what you're seeing right now is because there is a cube right now that Zundus has
Okay.
casted. So I just have to actually draw it in. So it's a fairly large cube. So I would assume he would put it like
5. So no, I don't really.
I think that's a 20-foot cube, right? 5, 15, 20. Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, so you would see everybody kind of run by, or you guys were gathered together, and you would see this creature being lit. You don't see it, but however, all of you actually can still hear in the distance a loud shrieking, and you also hear one more splash in the process
Oh,
as
motherfuckers.
the 10th crew member didn't make it. Anything you're going to do on your turn?
Well, that kind of ruins what I was planning. If I can't see the others, then I'll just raise my hand and Ray of Frost.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attack.
I believe it is control.
Actually, sorry, that was my bad, Brotar. I mean, it evened out, but because of fairy fire, you guys are straight rolling right now, right?
Oh.
I believe.
Oh,
All right.
sweet,
Yeah, very
yeah.
fire.
Yeah, at this target.
Yeah.
So that will hit. So you do 6 cold damage. So you just see this
and
outline of
Alistair
this
is
manticore.
litten up with his Winds of Stygia.
Okay. Got it. So you have
And-
a radius of cold around you.
Yeah, that's what the little blue dot is.
So you blast this thing and it just kind of weaves, coupled with the shots that it's taken.
And its movement speed is reduced by 10 for the next
10.
turn.
Got it.
Yeah. So then, bonus action, I will inspire. Who goes first? Gray.
Oh, thank you.
Go get him, buddy.
Okay.
I know
That's
it.
going to end your turn. Gray, you're up. Unless there's... Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay, I will cast Blur on myself.
Okay.
So now any attack on me is with disadvantage. And I will move here. Oh, and I summon the Bouncing Sky.
Okay, got it. Yeah, sorry, Joe. I just gave you control
Oh, it's okay.
now.
I'm just letting you know.
So, okay. And what are you going to do at this point?
I don't. That was my action. I don't have any attack bonus
Okay.
action. So let me.
Yeah,
just-
so actually you're in the fairy fire at this point? No.
I'm just outside, but does it affect me?
You're going to have to roll
Dex save, I believe.
a dex save if you're...
You gotta dodge the glitter.
Oh, goddamn.
So
Okay.
you're just at the tip of it, so I would say you'd have to roll your dexterity save for that. 10?
Oh, that was almost a 20.
What's
Yeah.
your spell save DC, Zundis?
Let me see.
I would
I
assume
just-
it
It
was
was
high.
it's a 14.
I just
14, yeah.
fucked myself.
So you're suddenly brightly lit inside of the vicinity of this fairy fire.
I would
Okay, bonus.
Your
assume
shit.
What?
Just go. It doesn't matter.
anything else
Bonus
you wanna do?
action. I cast Hexblade Curse on the beast.
Got it. So suddenly you're just glowing this 10-foot light radius around you.
I mean, heck, the tieflings are glowing.
Going on together with your turn is going to be Hilgar. He is going to run up and yell, "No fear!" And he just runs up behind with his axe and just cleaves this thing as best as he could. He is going to do... That's going to be a miss on it. Hit. It's 2 attacks. He's going to do 7 points of damage. As you see him just smack this thing. Drawing blood, this thing makes a loud yell, and you can just see the outlines and the bright light emanating from both of them. That's going to end his turn. Zundis, you're up.
Sweet. I'm going to move up and flank him.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him with my longsword.
Okay.
Ram.
Assuming I get advantage for flanking?
No,
Yeah.
it'll be straight.
Just straight, okay,
you're-
that first one's
you're-
definitely a miss.
the fog disadvantage, then the fairy fire just cancels each other out. That'll be a miss. So you swing this thing, and it just reels back from Hilgar's hit just as you're about to swing, and you miss. The second one does hit as you clip
6
a little
damage.
part of its wing. A little part of its wing, you clip it, and it just starts twitching its wing from your hit. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, just basically raise my shield and get ready to duel it.
Okay. The Manticore is going to make 2 attacks against you, Sundus. Attempt to force you to drop. It's going to take a bite attack with a 12 on the bite,
Nope.
and it's going to make a claw attack on you. That is a 20.
That just barely hits, but I'd like to use Weaver's Ward.
Okay. So you're going to negate that damage.
I was gonna say, well, not if I tell him no, bad, whatever the fuck you are, in cutting
Okay.
words.
So
Nah,
so you
I mean,
yeah.
that
So you
is
stored
understanding.
You sort 8 damage. Would we reward?
Alright, sweet.
It is going to attempt to move out of the fairy fire, but it's got a speed cut in half, so that's 5, 10.
Will I get an opportunity attack on him, or the 5?
So you will get an opportunity attack.
Sweet.
Go ahead and make that.
Get that nat 20 and just pump your smite in.
7.
Well, it's a nat
That's an
something.
1.
Yeah, so you just see it kind of briskly just kind of duck and turn to a smaller form and move as much as it can, but its front legs are a little bit frosted from Alistair's attack and it's unable to move its full distance. That's going to end its turn. Along the way, you guys hear another loud thud
Oh, for fuck's sake.
directly behind. This time,
Oh,
it
joy.
lands right beside you, Gray. And it's going to go ahead and make
No.
2 attacks on you.
Am I allowed to
First with its
choose
bite
what the
attack. 19 on the
Oh.
first bite attack.
Misses.
Misses. And that is an 8 on the second. Misses as well. So you just are aware that it's coming from the sky. There's no immediate threat around you, and you just look around. You see this large shape behind you appear, and immediately you just begin to kind of roll around the ground and do as much movement as you can to throw this thing off. That's going to end its turn. Savos, you're up. You're muted, Mr. Savos.
Sorry,
It's okay.
house is pretty loud, so I'm trying to keep
It's
that
okay. No problem.
down. I am going to cast Shatter at the first one.
Okay. Which, the top one? Got
Oh,
it.
Shit. Yeah, that one went in. 10 damage. Jesus.
What is
nice
the,
knock.
what is the range? Not range, but the AoE on it?
10-foot
10 feet.
radius?
10-foot radius? Okay, so it'll just hit pretty much it. It rolled a 17
So it takes 5.
plus. It rolled a 20 total. So it'll take 5 damage. Got it. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Run the fuck away?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. As a bonus
What?
action, I'm going to Misty Step right here.
You can't cast 2 level spells in a turn?
Yeah, it'll have to
Oh, yeah,
be
you're right.
level and cantrip only.
Alright, fine. Then I'm going to run behind Alistair.
Okay.
And
Yes. I am your
Got it.
beacon of hope.
Okay. So, you guys are just kind of running, and you just see each other's forms slightly as you come within 5 feet and brush by, moving as much as you can. However, you just hear this loud crack right on top, and the manticore seems to... It has had an effect on it as it begins to kind of cower a little bit, that you can see its outline. Okay, at the top of the order, before Brotar, you hear a loud wail coming from directly above you guys.
Oh,
Boy.
fuck.
Oh,
A extremely, very loud and disturbing wail. I need everybody
Oh,
to
come
make-
on.
DC 13 con saves, please.
why do you hate us?
I don't hate
couldn't
you
make,
guys.
Oh, no.
22.
Not how we TPK.
Success. It won't be TPK. You guys are beasts. Okay. You just... Savos, Alistair, as you watch Savos run by you, he just falls down to the ground and falls unconscious.
Oh, fuck.
I believe that drops him to 0 hit points if I
You're-
pick another monster right.
Yes, you are at 0 hit points. at this point.
Oh, fucking joy. If this is how I have to retire Savos, I am going to be
Where's Thundercock?
extremely pissed.
Get ready for the thunder, the thundercock.
Oh, God.
My intro theme is going to be Thunderstruck.
Everybody, however, whoever succeeded will suffer 9 points of psychic damage as you just hear this very mournful wail from directly above you.
Even
Just
Brotar and I?
pierces your mind. Yes. Whoever succeeded on the rolls still takes the
Half.
3d6 psychic.
How much damage did I take? Because I got like a 12?
Yes, so you still... Everybody above a 10... Sorry, what was it again?
You said
Sorry.
13, I thought.
The DC 13? Okay, actually...
Yeah, so
Yeah, sorry, that
Alistair,
was
Zund-
my bad. Alistair, you
Oh.
also fall unconscious
Oh,
at 0
God.
hit points.
And
And
Zundis,
Zundis, you also fall unconscious at 0.
Oh, cool.
oh joy.
Brotar, it's your turn.
I got a nice backup.
You guys are fine. Trust me.
Is the
I
guy at
haven't
the,
even
killed
tried to
both of
think
our
of a
healers.
backup.
You're okay, you're okay.
the one that's at the bottom
We're
here?
not okay.
Yeah,
That's the one that I got marked.
okay.
Is that
So
right?
you
The
just
one
moved
up
your
north
mark.
is.
No, which one is the one that I marked? Because there was... I don't...
Not this one up here.
The top one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still well within range of him. So I will... yeah, I guess I'll just... What I'm going to do is use a grit point to do a Deadeye shot so that it would gain advantage, so I'm not at disadvantage anymore.
Got it.
So I'll just do a straight to attack on him.
Oh, fucking Banshee.
First one's a 10.
Bitch. Yeah.
10 will miss. So you're just trying to look as best as you can, and you fire off a shot. No effect.
Second one's a 22 for 11 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
And then...
So that's for this one, right?
Yes. And then
Got it.
think... How do I do... The action surge I can do... I'll do that.
It's just
It's not a bonus or
Two more
anything, but
yeah, it's just something you do.
I will do an
You
action
get a whole
surge.
other action.
Okay. Go ahead. Do your action
And-
surge. So another 2
I
disadvantage
will,
attacks.
at this point, because this gun is empty, fire my new pistol at him twice.
Okay, got it. Go ahead.
That's a natural
Your
one,
attacks.
so that's a fucking misfire.
That's a misfire.
Awesome. So on a misfire, do I have to do a tinker check to try to clear it, or do I just take an action to clear it?
It'll take an action for you to repair it. In
Okay.
battle.
So let's see. I have one more attack to do, but this gun's broken. This one's empty. Fuck it, I'll throw my boomerang at him. Can I do that?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, 3 of your.
Oh, and it's a
people just
natural
went out
fucking
and threw a
20.
boomerang at the thing.
A critical?
It's
Oh
a
my
nat
God.
20
Oh.
for
minimum
5
wow.
damage.
Got it. Oh,
That's
man,
fantastic.
That's crazy.
And then it flies back to me, and I'm
Oh my
like, boomerang,
gosh.
bitch.
Both of your healers just died, but all right.
I don't have anything
Oh,
I can
fucking
do for
boomerang.
you. I don't have a potion or anything.
Who has potions?
Wait, I
I
have a
thought we had
potion.
some.
I used the potion I had on someone else last week.
Oh fuck us.
We need to buy more potions.
We probably do. That's gonna be my turn.
Okay, Alistair, make a death saving throw for me, please. Or death
Oh,
save
God.
for me, please.
Just roll a d20. Come on, natural 20.
I don't hate you guys. You guys are
Oh,
great
my
players, man.
That's a single failure.
Okay, that's a fail on yours.
Oof.
Who else failed? Gray, Gray, you're up still, right? Yeah,
I'm
you
good.
survived.
Yeah.
Okay, Gray, you're up.
Okay, so I am going. I know this guy's gonna get an attack of opportunity, but I don't care. I'm
Okay.
gonna move here,
Got it.
and I'm gonna
Uh,
take 2 attacks.
Okay, he does. He rolled a 16 plus. So yeah, 21 total on his
Yeah, that hits.
bite.
Oh wait,
You,
but he doesn't. It's straight
Oh.
roll. As, I was fairy fired.
you were fair fired, yes. So
Yeah.
that'll be 3 points. Oh, sorry. 4 points of slashing damage as he just claws you on your leg as you run by.
This is okay. This is okay. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 swings with the balancing sky.
Okay.
That bitch.
That'll be a straight roll because it's still fairy fired.
Ooh.
Okay, and I'm gonna use that feature on my second attack, so it hits Scales of Justice.
Okay. So you'll take a penalty next round.
Yeah.
On your attack roll.
That's a 10, 11, 14, 25 total.
Okay. How do you want to kill it, man?
Ooh.
Oh, I just start hacking it, and I shove my sword into its mouth and through its brain, and I just fucking die, you bitch!
And you watch the sword just glow, the speckled colored lights, the white stars on it begin to emanate as you just pierce this thing directly.
And I believe you heal because you killed a hex-bladed target.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah. You also heal.
I get 10 points.
Yes.
Thank
So,
you, Josh.
anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm gonna stay right here. I'm no longer fairy fired, right? Because I'm out of.
No, not when you're there. No.
I think I also technically dropped concentration on that.
Oh, yeah.
You did actually. Yeah, you're right.
We're all dead.
So regardless, it's still 2 attacks. Got it.
Banshee bullshit.
Hilgar is going to rush up to you, Alistair. He's going to lay on hands for. He's going to give you 20 hit points.
Oh. I think I found my new friend.
So he just raises his hand and begins to mutter something under his breath. Puts his hand on your chest, and boom, you just feel this surge of energy. Sorry, not 20. Oh yeah, 20. That's right.
Fuck.
20 hit points. That's gonna be. Yeah, that's gonna end his turn. Zundus, I need you to make a death save, please.
Alright.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
Okay, that's an 18. That's 1.
So close.
Okay. So close. So
That's
you
another
add
success.
a success. Yep.
Please let this work.
And this is starting to feel familiar.
The
Don't say that. You're not allowed.
Yeah, the Manticore is going to run up to you.
Shit.
And it's going to make... let's see how much...
Are you really
Yeah,
gonna
hits.
kill him right here?
In this fucking
Hey man, I'm just I'm just RPing. So the Manticore just begins gnawing at you on the ground. You lose 2 death saves.
He gets 2 attacks, right? That's
Yes, it's not going to use its second attack. Actually, sorry, it's going to shoot a barb. It shot a barb at you. The other 2 barbs.
So,
Let me just make sure.
is it still 2
Well-
death saves?
well, since it's within 5 feet, it is a crit.
Yes. So yeah, you'll still lose your 2 death saves. It's also going to fire at you, Brotar. 2 of its tail spikes. So that is a 13 on the first one
Miss.
and a 7 on the second.
Miss.
So that's no hits on that, right?
Nope. My AC is 15.
Got
At
it.
this point, it feels like you're
So, yeah.
bullying Joe.
What's
Yeah.
that?
So you,
At this point, it feels like he's bullying you because
I mean, like,
he's a
like I
threat.
said, deja vu.
Yeah.
Here we go
What
again.
happened, man?
That's gonna end its turn. The Savos, make a death save for me, please.
Yay!
Oh god, not
Woo.
the wizard.
Okay, that's a success. So mark that on your sheet.
Savos will not die just yet.
Okay. The Banshee is going to
Please don't wail again.
She gets one a day.
She's gonna
I thought it was a recharge.
suddenly make it's once per day, so it's okay.
Okay.
She's just gonna slowly begin to wave side to side. Brotar, you can just see, and at this point, the fog is starting to somewhat thin out. So everybody's attack on disadvantage is slowly disappearing. By the time this round completes, or since this round has started, since she's at the top, and you just hear her let out a fiery yell once again that just pierces everybody in the area. I need everybody to make a DC 13 Wisdom save, please.
Ugh.
How big is
Including
this
me.
area?
How big is which? Sorry,
17.
This area?
like the area of effect that she's doing.
Yeah, because I would assume we would automatically fail.
I'm rolling that one.
That's
Right.
you guys don't have to because you guys are unconscious.
Okay.
I rolled
that's
a
a
natural
60.
one.
That's 60 feet. Stavros, you don't have to. You're fine. Brotar, you are frightened for the next
Oh, son of a bitch.
Okay, so it's
What is frightened?
for the
dude?
next minute.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah,
Can't
so you
willingly
just
move
make a
closer to
disadvantage
the.
anyways.
I can't move toward the thing.
and
Is
you
it-
have disadvantage on attacks while
Yeah, I
it's
saw it.
within sight.
Is it from the Manicore or from the thing that's above us? Or
from
whatever?
the Banshee.
Okay.
Okay, that's gonna end her turn. Brotar, make a save at the end of your turn, I believe.
Okay. So,
And I
but
need
I
you
get
to do it at disadvantage because
I need to make
you
a
are.
save first.
You need
At the
your
end of
turn.
your
Your turn basically ends since you're just running from it, but you have to
Oh.
make a save at disadvantage because you are within line of sight of it.
A
Does
wisdom
the
save.
fear specifically tell them to run away?
It doesn't
Uh,
say I have to run away. It just says I can't run toward them.
Sorry, it says.
I can't willingly move closer
Yeah,
to.
you
the source
can't
outside.
move. You can't willingly move closer. You don't run, but you can't willingly move.
But I don't get to do anything either.
No,
You can, but you get
Oh.
disadvantage on attacks. As
right.
long as
Sorry,
you
that's
can
my
still see
bad.
it.
So
Just trying to read.
That's
this
how
thing.
basic fear works.
I guess I'll just reload Dolphin as my action.
Okay.
I think
Move.
it's an attack to do it, not just an action.
Okay. Well, I get 2 attacks, so
Yeah. So
reload
you
it.
still get disadvantage on ability and attack rolls.
It doesn't. I don't have to roll
what
anything
did
to
it say?
reload it though. And then I'll
No.
take the other action to fix the other gun.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'll move the echolocate to the other guy.
The Manticore.
Yeah, the Manicore that's still up.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Okay. Alistair, you're up.
Did I need to make some save though at the end of that turn?
Yeah, make a wisdom save at disadvantage.
Okay, well the
Oh,
first
so
one's
fear
a
makes it
6,
disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's a failure.
and that's going to be a failure. Yes.
So
So
you're still feared.
14.
Yeah.
Alistair stands up, sees everything that's going on. He will bonus action, 3rd level healing word. Let me go back up. Healing word Zundus.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
So you gain 13, which is pretty good.
Shit.
I only rolled 1, 2 4s.
That's great. So you heal that back up.
Thank God.
And as my action, I will turn to the bitchy one, and I will just shout at her, like, "Your voice sucks. You need better coaching."
Are you gonna cast vicious mockery?
Yep.
You're out of tune.
Hold on, let me just make that
Yeah,
save.
a 5
that's
on
a
Vicious
DC
Mockery is pretty
15.
good.
That is a 4. That is a failure. She has 0 wisdom.
Oh.
Psychic, and she
Suffering
has
5
disadvantage
psychic.
on all attacks on her next turn.
Got it. So, got it. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn? You move your movement.
I will step here. It'll be my turn.
Okay. That's going to end your turn. Gray, you're up.
All right. I am going to
stab this
move
thing.
here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 2 attacks. Am I flanking it with?
Yeah, you're flanking it, and you're still the fog cloud has lifted at this
Stab it
point.
up.
So
Okay. So let's go. So it's a 26 on the first, but -5 because
21
of the
and
penalty, that will still hit, and the
Yeah,
second will still
and
hit.
the
So what is that total?
no, those were with advantage.
Yes. Oh, okay, got it.
So now I'm gonna.
That will still also hit.
Okay, so that's a 9, 18 total.
9, 18
And that's
total.
my
Got
turn.
it. Okay, so you just begin to smack this thing right from behind as you see Zundus stand up with Alistair's help. You just start hacking at this thing, and its tail starts to bleed in front of you, and you can see it now. It's more frightening now that you could actually see it, that its face is slightly humanoid.
Just
But-
die.
I really wish I could have done
Anything else?
what I did last time I fought manticores as a bard.
Anything else you
Bless
want to
you.
do,
Mm-mm.
Gray? Okay.
That's my turn.
Hilgar is going to run up to you, Savos, and he's going to give you 5 hit points to stabilize you. That's the last of his health pool. So, Savos, you heal 5 points with this lay of
Yay!
hands. As you just see the large Dragonborn with all black armor just pick you up. Immediately just get you back on your feet. He turns to you and he says, "You'll be all right, boy. Focus on that one." And you look to your right, and there's just this frightening ghostly creature that just showed up right beside you.
Yeah, it's just hovering over you.
Yeah, it's hovering over you. That's going to end his turn. Zundus, you're up.
Okay. Bonus action Searing Smite at 2nd level.
Okay.
You have advantage on the attack.
So I'm going to
Yes,
activate
you
that,
do. Okay.
and then I will start attacking. So my first attack will do an extra 10 damage.
Okay.
So,
Wow, that's pretty beastly. So I have to make a DC 14 con save. That's the first strike on it.
yeah, it's an 11.
Yeah, that'll miss. So you actually just, now that you can see this thing as you just woke up from with Alistair's help, you look at this really disturbing face and it kind of catches you off guard.
Second strike
The
is
second one will
18.
hit. That'll hit.
It's 18 total, 10 of that is fire damage.
18
Then-
total.
10 fire.
So, one-handed, right. So 18 total, 10 fire. Got it. And it has to make a save, right?
It's a con save or be on fire, I believe.
Okay. It rolled a 15, so it just succeeds.
Hmm.
It still just took
However, you just
damage.
see this longsword that Zundus is wielding just strike this thing. A big, long trail of flame just slides through, eventually hitting this manticore. Slides through the air. Anything else you want to do on your turn? Movement. Bonus. I believe, actually, no, your smite is movement.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to basically get ready.
Okay. The manticore is going to attempt... It's going to turn its attention on you, Gray, and it's going to attempt 3... Sorry, give me a sec. It's going to attempt... Actually, no, it's going to see Brotar off in the corner,
Oh.
and it's going to attempt 3 tail spike attacks directly at you. That's 2 misses and a critical on the last.
Oh.
Damn it.
Oh.
So you suffer...
Jack,
Not bad.
Whoa.
Yep.
Weaver's Ward.
You're going to Weaver's Ward it?
Yep.
Okay. be
Hey, he may not take any damage.
that's 8 on the. He rolled max on the die, 1d8 doubled, so that's 16 plus 3, 21. And you said you Weaver's Ward how much? 8?
8 damage.
And I
21.
will cutting words another d8 worth of damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that. That's 13 damage. It's down to with the Weaver's Ward.
And -4.
So you suffer 9 points of piercing damage as 2 large barbs, like they're huge. They're probably about a foot long almost, just fly through. You duck through 2 of them. One of them just pierces you right in the shoulder, Rotar.
Inspire, cutting words.
So how much did that end up getting me for?
9.
Oh,
They
shit.
cut all the damage down a lot.
could have been
That would have
so
been
much.
21.
Down 12 points.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is why I like that ability.
I
Yes.
will definitely accept that ability.
Okay. That's going to end its turn. Savos, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to Misty Step here, and then Firebolt it.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll on it.
10 to hit, 19 fire damage.
Believe that's a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss. So you actually just slide over, but you're still feeling the wounds. I mean, you saw the light. You saw possibly the end for a moment there. But you just point your hand and you're a little bit shaken. And the firebolt just streaks off into the distance. No effect. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. The Banshee is going to move up to
No.
you.
Go away. I may have insulted your voice, but go away.
It's going to run up to you, Brotar, and it's just going to caress your cheek with its ghostly hand.
Oh boy.
Damn it, I was trying to use reverse psychology.
That will be a 19 to hit.
That hits. I thought that was going to be 19
Okay.
damage.
You suffer 9 damage,
Hey, so Jay,
necrotic damage from that. Yep.
I would like to use my channel. What's up?
She has an attack since when I hit her, so that would be a disadvantage thanks to to Vicious Mockery.
Oh, right. Got it. Okay. So let me... Well, okay, great. That's a 7. So it caresses your cheek, but in the process, it just kind of passes through you with no real effect.
Bitch, don't touch me.
Vicious Mockery for the win.
Yeah, that's great. That's going to end her turn. Brotar, you're up.
All right, well, I had marked the Manicore, but with her right in front of me, I'm going to move that to her.
Okay.
And then just bang, bang, 2 shots with Dolphin in her fucking
With Dolphin?
face.
Got it.
Is Dolphin magical?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, it would be magical
First one's a
damage.
24
That'll hit.
for 12.
Nice damage.
Second one is a 15. That has a hit.
15.
I don't know.
15 will hit. She has a AC of 12. So
27 total damage, bitch.
Nice.
minus 15. So as she just attempts to caress your cheek, hands pass through it, you just put the pistol directly on her face and just bam, bam, 2 shots. You just see her form kind of flicker and she just kind of floats back almost in fear. Nice. That's a lot
Yeah,
of
I guess
damage.
that.
Oh.
Does marking them give you advantage, Brotar?
No, it doesn't give me advantage. It just gives.
Or did you make your save against the fear
Oh
last
shit!
turn?
I haven't done it yet because it's not the end of my turn.
Oh, right. So you do have to roll at a
Last
disadvantage.
turn, did you make it?
Yes, and I failed.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll have to do it again, but if you're going to take your second attack, I'll say you could take the 15 because you already...
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Oh, because So this should be
just-
at disadvantage. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so roll
because
again.
You're
Two
too scared
attacks.
of
My
her.
2 attacks. All right. This one's a 19.
Thanks for the reminder, Josh.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Forgot
19
No worries.
and
I forgot about it too until
both these are
just
going to
now.
hit. So 23, 19
Oh,
for
that'll
16
hit.
damage. Actually, it ended up
Some-
doing more damage. So good job,
Yeah,
Josh.
crazy.
Woo! One more point.
No, it ended up being 4 more points of damage than what
Or-
I had, because it's a 16
Yeah,
and
or,
the
yeah.
16 and 15 are the 2 hits.
4
Or
more
sorry, the
points.
19 and the 15 are the hits.
So that's
31.
31. Damn. Okay, so you immediately fire at this thing. I'll say make the wisdom save now.
And I did my bonus to move the thing, so okay.
Yeah, echolocate was to
And
move the mark.
that is a 19 for wisdom
It's a
save.
success. So suddenly you're not finding yourself so scared of her anymore as she's
Bitch,
in
I
front of
told
you.
you
Just
not to touch
Unload
me.
in her face.
Yeah, and you just unloaded 2 shots. Nice. Good round.
Pop, pop.
Alistair.
All right. I will. Looking around. I will. What do I do? I am going to get over here, and I will try to cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level on this Manticore.
Okay.
Where are my spells? Scroll down, damn it.
What's this
Dissonant
save
Whispers.
on that?
It is a
15?
DC 15 Wisdom save, and that is some hella damage.
Jesus.
That is on a wisdom 13, flat 13.
That is a fail.
That's a fail.
18
Nice.
psychic damage, and it runs away from me,
Damn.
provoking attack
Hey.
of opportunity from
Oh,
all 3
yeah.
of us.
Got it.
Are
So
my
I will
attacks of
ram it.
opportunity at
Yes.
advantage?
So it's gonna start moving this direction.
Yeah, it moves at full speed, so I would
yeah.
assume it flies away.
So
Yeah.
that's a 19 for 5 damage.
Gray. Yep. You also take your
Alright.
opportunity
Crit.
attack minus
Crit.
5.
For an extra 1!
So 8 minus 8 equal to 30. Okay, got it.
I'm not.
So it just flies away, and you guys begin to kind of just, immediately reach your hands out and try to strike this thing with your weapons as it flies. The little bits of its blood trail the wooden boards below. Anything else you want to do?
And for my bonus action, I will inspire our friend over here.
Got it.
Blanking out
Okay.
because he helped me.
He just looks at you, gives a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Gray, you're up.
Okay, so the thing is flying now?
Yeah, it's moved a little bit away from you. It's probably hasn't completely flown away. It's moving closer to its kin at this point, so it's like
Okay.
right there.
Okay, so I'm going to follow it, pop up. That's a 15 and a
The
16.
first one will hit, so go ahead and roll your damage on that one.
It's the second one
the
is a
15
17.
was from your attack of opportunity, wasn't it?
Oh, right,
Oh,
right,
sorry,
right,
17 will hit, and the second one will miss.
13.
So
So okay, that's 8 total.
got it. So you run up to this thing, and as it's attempting to escape, you just strike it once again to try to pin it down. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I will move. No, I'm gonna stay right here.
Got it.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Hilgar is gonna move up to the Banshee and flank with Brotar.
That's my.
He's gonna cast this. So he's just gonna hit and pump a first level Divine Smite on it.
Yeah, so that's
He's gonna roll
equivalent to a
7,
2nd level because undead.
7. Oh, rolling 1 on it.
Aw.
He's gonna deal 11 points of damage as you just watch this it's odd because it's divine, but it's dark.
Oh, that's
It's almost a
scary.
weird dark energy that emanates from it. And as he strikes this thing, he does negate the 1 damage. As you watch Brotara, as this black damage does nothing to this Banshee.
Oh, he does
This black
necro.
light.
Oh, fuck.
That's going to end his turn. Zundus, you're up.
Okay, so I have a mechanical question.
Yeah.
If I were to cast a magic weapon, I'm assuming I wouldn't be able to use Divine Smite.
You should be able to, I believe.
Okay. I
Yeah,
wasn't
magic
sure if
weapon
that
is a
was the case.
bonus.
Divine Smite, you should.
Okay.
Yeah, Divine
Yeah,
Smite is just you can add that on to an attack. Any other Smite
yeah,
spell
like your
you couldn't probably
your
because
searing
of
smite, you
concentration.
can't because it's a bonus, I believe, or something. But your divine is just when
It's
you
a
hit a
class
creature with a
ability.
melee attack.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
stupid broken. At
You
early
you
levels.
spend a slot to deal the radiant damage. So
No.
So
Don't
What
do
are
this
you
to
trying to do?
I am going to cast.
I was going
magic
to.
weapon.
Shit. Nothing's working. I was going to see if I can use this to check the radius of. Fuck. Nothing's working on me right now. Check the
this
radius
circle
of-
is so funny.
If you click draw shape and then hold shift and then alt and then click, you can do something like that. Like
Yeah,
this.
you could just freehand it.
And it makes it an actual circle that sticks to the
So-
grid.
Yeah, so you're gonna pump a divine smite. into
Yeah, for the
this?
first attack, that's a 15.
A 15 will hit.
Okay, so I'm going to use a first level Divine Smite, so I'm assuming that that's 3d8 since I'm dead.
Yes. Yes, she is undead.
So it's going to be 15 plus 4 slashing damage for the first attack.
15 plus 4 slashing on the first.
You used your magic weapon, right?
Yeah, so
he-
actually, it would be 16
So
plus 4.
so 20 total.
20 total.
20 total on the first hit. Damn, that's some damage. All right,
Yeah.
good hit. What's the damn
13 on the second.
13 on the second? All right, how do you want to kill this thing, man?
Woo!
Yeah.
Slow.
I would say probably just sort of like swinging and hacking at it, and then maybe from head to toe, just slicing it straight down the middle.
Dadgum.
So as you slice this thing and you immediately cleave this thing in the middle, and you do see a bright light emanate, which is very strange for a drow paladin of Lolith. Somehow is emanating a bright light that just streaks down, and it almost seems like it helps push your weapon through its body as you see this thing just make a big loud yell and extinguish, its body just disappearing into vapor. All right. Anything else on your turn?
To just hold my sword aloft and let out like a war cry.
Got it. Manticore's turn. It is going to attempt to fly.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You do get an attack of opportunity.
It's not gonna like that.
It's going to move 15 feet forward and then 15 feet up.
I am going to use the Skills of Justice.
Okay.
So that's 17 for a total of
17 will hit.
to hit
16, 17 damage.
and 17 damage.
Okay, got it. So
Lightning bolt has a range. Okay.
got it. So you just immediately swing the black starry blade towards it, and you just manage to clip a little bit more of its wing as it just gets shaky before it flies up in the air. It's struggling to fly up there. It's looking really bad. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's not my
Movement,
turn. That was
Okay.
an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah, that's right. Savos, your go.
I'm not gonna
Holy
get
cow, that is quite some damage, my friend. Does he
Holy
suffer
shit,
half?
Jesus.
He
Half
suffers
on a
half
failure?
if he succeeds. Yeah.
Well, he succeeded. However, he
He
is
still dies.
at 11 hit points. So how do you want to kill it then?
I just want to like straight through the heart and fry him from the inside out.
Unlimited power.
So great, as you clip this thing's wings, you just see Savos in the corner raise his hand and just a big lightning bolt just streaks out from his hand and pierces it completely, and its body just lets out a big thud as it falls on the deck of the ship.
Damn, boy, not bad for a guy who spent most of the fight
I
on
thought
the ground sleeping.
I'm going to cast Firebolt at Gray.
A disadvantage because I'm still blurred.
Yeah, you're still blurred,
he
but
rolled a 9.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
I rolled a 9 and a 13. I'm not.
So
the
you don't
only
know
one.
if he was trying to hit you or if it was a warning shot, but you just see this firebolt streak right by your head.
Good fireball.
You guys are officially out of combat.
Who amongst us seems to be the most wounded?
Me.
I have 26
Yeah,
hit
he's
points.
only at 5.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will go over to Savos and lay on hands for 25.
Oh yeah, that brings me back up to full.
There you go.
I'm
Jay,
gonna.
let me ask you something. If I perform the ritual to turn another weapon into my packed weapon, what happens to the old one?
It
If you,
becomes
it just
normal magic.
yeah, it just becomes a regular magic item.
Okay, so I
you
woke
won't
up.
be able to do your warlock abilities with it.
Okay,
Your
okay, so I woke up to Xandas, and I say, I see you favor finesse weapons, and I present the balancing sky to him. You can keep that
Nice.
one, yeah, because I'm gonna get that one, and then I grab the fortune
Before he
longsword.
grabs it, I will throw it into the deck and stick it in the ground like boing at his feet.
Boing. So it just lands right at your feet.
Yeah.
You are giving me this.
Damn it! I'm figuring out how to make that work.
What did you say, Joe?
I said, you are giving me this.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna be fighting with us now. And, this is better than what you have. So
Thank you.
I say it's only fair. Then I
appreciate
extend
that.
my hand to Xandas.
I'll take it.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you.
So add balancing sky to your.
Nice.
Did you get fortune, Ray?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm taking it out of my inventory.
So we'll just say, just for the sake of ending the session, the captain comes out and thanks you all for saving as much of the crew as you can, though you did lose 4 people in the process to that attack.
I was gonna say, are we gonna look over the water to try to see them toss down?
Yeah, I'll say if you want, whoever wants to can make a perception check.
Rotar, do it. You have the best eyes, and I'm giving you my last bardic inspiration. We're not fucking this up.
16.
I don't know if I need it. It's 18.
Okay,
I can.
so
What is it? A
Savos
D6?
D8.
D8. I'll do it anyway, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say through the
24.
course of the post fight, you guys do look around and you see that you've somewhat moved a little bit, but not by much, as the fog cloud has lifted from the general area. You do spot the floating bodies of some of them. About out of the 4 that were snatched up, 2 are gone completely. One of the bodies you retrieve but is dead, and you
I
managed
like this thing.
to save just one of them, though they are badly it was actually the one who who told you guys to watch your manners in front of Hilgar, who was badly injured. He looks up at you and says, "I've had you all wrong. Thank you."
I will third level healing word this guy
Got it.
for 14.
He just strokes your cheek as you do before
Okay,
he
that's
just
a little weird.
passes out, like just kind of like a light friendly slap to say thank you.
I thought he was like caressing it.
No, not caressing. No. But you guys eventually make it to the western side on Norton Leon, and you hear the captain state to you guys that you're now arriving in Port Elisset. And what you guys see is immediately a large dragon skull near the port with its jaw wide open. And it's very odd because the boat is being steered directly into the maw of this massive dragon. Behind it, you see domed buildings, just a huge amount of domed buildings behind it. And the captain turns to you guys and says, "Well, welcome to Ecclesia."
Thank you, Captain.
That's where we can end today's session, guys. So, well done.
Woo.
Thanks for listening to the Grand Campaign podcast. You can catch us live at twitch.tv/The Grand Campaign every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. You can also follow us on Twitter at CampaignGrand and send all your emails to thegrandcampaigndnd@gmail.com.